I don't know what the fuck this is yet again. But do you know I do know what I know community.
The what?
What's up, Beards and Bearders? Welcome back to another episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Whoopsh. What a ASMR intro for a change.
I was so close to going.
Something a little
I'm
bit
so
different.
close.
Usually we're like highball, and then for the intro, but that time I was like, let's whisper this one in, and hopefully it comes through pretty good. So what's up,
I did.
everybody? Welcome back to another fine episode, as always, of the Beardy Bros podcast. Fucking hoorah! Back again, another week, another bunch of hoo-ha and nonsense. Who knows what we're gonna have? I mean, we
Another
do.
bunch of hoo-ha and nonsense.
Come on now for a howl. Yeehaw!
Come on back now.
Come on back now. But no, thank you all for coming back once again for another episode, as always. Muchly appreciated. Thanks for checking out on Spotify and every other platform that you can hear us, as always.
Yes.
And muchly thank you, appreciate all those clicks and views on the YouTube, coming by and checking it out. Muchly appreciate it. We had a couple of new subscribers come by. Muchly loving that we're getting that outreach. We've had a pretty interesting experience with some videos recently over the last week, or I guess about a week now.
Couple of
Yeah.
weeks.
No, it was last week we had them up. Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, we did reaction before though.
We've done some before, so we've had some more, but I guess I still don't know what did it, why it's growing
relevant.
crazy for us compared to most of our videos, like, which is insane. I mean, you know, hey people, it's a podcast. We're a podcast. We have exclusive not exclusive content, not limited. I guess not limited really. We have a variety. We talk a bunch of things.
Unique. You can put it. It's
Kind
not
of.
like. Cool.
I mean, our opinions are unique. They're not like anyone else's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, definitely interesting that we decided to do more reacts, and I guess they're kind of working. People are liking them, I guess. Also looking at the stats, the Sifu video actually made more than halfway of its percentage before people started dropping off.
Damn.
And there's actually people that actually stayed through from the beginning to
That
the
makes
end.
sense because that's when the video ends.
So it's interesting. People actually watched the whole thing with us, and then we
We
kind of
went
talked
full
after.
on ham afterwards.
And that's something different that we're bringing forwards, is we're actually breaking down at the end of the video, so you can sit and watch. You know, we kind of talk in between,
From our
not as
own
much,
experience
but
of.
explain after, so we can actually talk and not interrupt the whole experience till the end.
We're not really into the movie stuff like that, but game reactions, we could do a lot of stuff in there.
So maybe
I'm
we
kind of
might.
with that with Horizon. Like we went for ages.
Oh, that was good. We
going
got
back and
segued
forth.
to at the end. We talked about other stuff as well, like that
Other stuff.
that dropped
Oh.
down like again, like in the video went a little bit longer, but it dropped down at around the same mark, like the 6-7 minute mark. It started dropping down. It's had a fair few views, but didn't have the retention as Sifu did, which is interesting enough. People liked the Sifu live action trailer for some reason. I don't know. I mean, it is
It's
good,
new.
so something different, I guess. So I don't know.
Well, that's something unique that you don't really see a game do. Like a
Not
live
anymore,
action,
anyway. You don't see
like-
that as often.
I mean, Halo used to do it, didn't they? Like
Yeah.
they used to do the live action.
They tried
now
doing
it's
something
just
again, but it was different. But
Horizon. That wasn't live action, but it was kind of on the same vein
the
as a live
cinematic
action.
side of
Like,
things, yeah, it looked really like.
you can't really live action Horizon. I don't think. Like
Imagine if they
not
did
for
make a
little
live
ad.
action kind of style, like it could have been CGI, but with like high details. Imagine if they did like the high like.
That was high detailed though.
No,
Like,
but like,
jeez.
you know what I mean? Though, like, you know how there's like that new way of how they've done stuff where things look almost like basically real. It's in that
Yeah.
uncanny valley. Imagine if they had something like that, like real, like hyper detailed, like quality.
That's how Aloy was though. Like that was near the uncanny.
It was getting there. It was
Uncanny valley.
Yeah, like she was
Like
so
it looked
close.
so good.
If they just like turned up that aspect, oh, it would have looked like, because it still looked animated. Like you could still very.
I've got something to say about that as well. That I've seen, or I showed you the video of the dude who really hated Horizon.
Oh, that was weird. It made no sense. I still think it's satire.
Yeah,
Satire.
the sad part was people were agreeing with it in the comments. It's like,
The
yeah,
whole
good
that whole
job, man.
thing
I'm
was
like,
very satire, like for sure. Like, there's no
also,
way.
Aloy not attractive.
No.
I mean,
I mean, that's like most. That's for anyone though. Like, it's attractiveness is subjective. Like,
yeah.
it's very
Like, just because
subjective.
he didn't like her doesn't mean
So,
no one else
yeah,
thinks that she's attractive. Like,
but that's
also,
why.
it's a game, dude.
But that was like the biggest rip, which I was just more of the fact that I was amazed at the attention to detail where there was that guy brought up going, "Oh, why does the woman have a beard?" It's just like, and people were like ripping on the dude now. It's like, you do realize women have facial hair. Like, everyone has facial hair. It's those
I
very
don't get it.
fine.
You don't see it
I
unless
was
it's
I
fucking
was
right
amazed.
behind you or
Yeah,
something or beside you. Like, you don't see it.
it's up close. Like, it's really like you got to really look up close. And
Everyone's
I was
got a layer of
amazed.
fuzz.
Exactly. Like, but I was
The
amazed that they
PS4.
put that in, like that they actually put that detail into the thing. I was like, wait, someone's actually sat there as an artist and generated these like hair follicles on the face, and they glistened in the light. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like that's rendering that. Like that's rendering hair, whether it's game or just even just animation, whatever it is. That's a rendered feature for whatever they put it for. Like, I was
It's not
like,
just that. That's the hair as well, though. Like, remember the ends of the hair?
well, the
Like,
new
that
hair.
was...
Well,
Or
that's
even
exactly it.
parts in the hair, whether it's
Because,
thin.
like the physics,
Like,
because we
that's
were impressed by
crazy.
that. Like I've looked at like the cinematic we saw and then the actual gameplay as well, and I've gone back and played after we watched that like last week. I
They
went
look
and
kind
played.
of similar. Like, that's crazy.
Let's look Did you say that?
Whack. Bad mate.
Just poked it, and just went. "Hurt." But no, like I was gonna say, like I went back and played the first game because after we watched it, it kind of hyped me up to try and play more of the game again. So I went
Still
back and
looks
played it.
good.
And looking how the hair moves and that is very like one piece kind of hair, like it's really like,
I mean, it does do its shifty thing, but it's not as fluid as
but
the
like
new one.
that,
Like,
it's
as
so fluid. Like the hair
Forbidden
is
West.
individual particles. Like it actually has its own like elements to it, not where it's just like one big kind of mop kind of thing on
Although
the head.
I have seen things in game where it's a bit psycho sometimes and just goes
Well,
everywhere.
I mean, I can kind of understand. You got to think like these are elements that are like gonna like do their own
Bug out.
thing. You know, I mean, hair. I mean, think about it. I mean, just take it as it must have been a windy moment for that point in time. Because how does your hair is? I mean, you don't have any hair on your head, so you wouldn't really know. But for me,
Oh,
sometimes
before it used to go fucking to one
that's what I'm
side, the
saying.
other side.
It's you can't control it. You'd be going out and all over your face, and it's just like, oh god, I wish I didn't have this big mop on my head. So I mean, I just take it up to being it was a big gusty breeze that came by and just fucked up her hair.
Yeah, I've seen some funny glitches, like her eyes go like big and just go round and.
So
I'm like,
I mean, people might
that's
take a stab at other
that's some
games
Mass
about it.
Effect stuff going on there. Some Andromeda
My
stuff.
eyes, my
She's like,
brain.
we're just having a story mission. She's just like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Like Commander
But they're not
Shepard.
game breaking. They're
Like-
just hilarious.
Commander Shepard back in the day where he was like all the time, just like those smug
Oh
eyes.
no,
where
her
it's like-
eyes were like big and rolling around her head.
I mean, you're gonna have these little problems. It's gonna happen, but like they fine tuned so much that game.
Was it-
Imagine how
'cause
much they fine
Don't,
tuned.
aren't the eyes on a tracking thing, like where they look at a certain thing? So that could have just in the game it just moved.
Well, there
and
could have
just
been a
went-
character
it
that's
just
in the distance
constant
just happened to
going.
lock onto. Yeah, exactly. Could have just locked onto it and it was flying somewhere moving, so it was copying its trail, and that's just what ended up happening. Who we don't know what the go is until you-
Because those, I think every video in Forbidden West is real time.
Mhm.
Like they're not pre-rendered.
So it's like constant tracking and everything, and trying to feel immersive, like the eyes are actually following what it needs to follow.
But the PS4 version, that's pre-rendered. Of course.
Interesting. Yeah, I noticed too. That's 2 discs as well. So it's like, ooh.
Is it really?
Yeah, 2 discs on PS4.
One for install, one for game. Then. Yeah, because it's like
Possibly.
90 odd gigs. That's on
Insane.
disc, so I think it's on disc, 90 gigs. That's crazy. Like, take a leap, put games on discs. If you're releasing a disc, put the game on there.
Yeah. Like, it's just crazy. Like,
It is.
insane.
Like, I'm keen, man. I was hoping it turned up yesterday, but
Nothing yet. Would that was for your big collector's edition, was it? Do you know if it comes with a
Yeah.
disc or not?
it doesn't.
It doesn't. That's so sad.
So on Tuesday, I'm going to pick up a physical copy as well.
What are you getting it on?
PS5.
PS5, yep.
I would have went cheaper and got PS4.
He's choking. The man's dying. I need. He's the one choking, and I'm gonna drink water for him. How's your throat, Jim? Is it clear?
Fucking shit.
How about now?
Better.
Better with your water. I haven't got here to use to try and
You
like.
know when you just breathe in, it's like it makes you cough. That's that.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that indeed.
But yeah, like Horizon is cheaper on PS4, and you get a free upgrade. So I could have just done that.
But then you're stuck with the 2 discs, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I don't get.
I wonder if there's.
I mean, it makes sense.
I love if it's like old school, which is like play part 1, part 2.
Like Final Fantasy, like like 7 discs in the one fucking PS1 set. Can you imagine? Like you finish them so quick, you change a disc every few hours.
That's what it was
Just
like.
keeps
I think it was like there was a Metal Gear Solid was like that, and I'd always hated it because
three,
I'd have
didn't it? 2 or 3.
it was 2 discs on the first Metal Gear Solid game, and I'd always hate it because I'd get like I'd play it, and you know if you have the game in all the time, so you're always constantly playing it, and your cases you'd and then you'd kind of move somewhere, and it'd always be the way
no.
where I'm playing it, and like insert disc 2, and I'd be like, fuck. Where's disc 2? Rummage through everything trying to find where the case was. And be like, I finally found it. And you run back and you like pop it out and chuck it in. And you're like, yeah. But you're like,
I'm hoping
it took so long to sometimes find it. You're like, fuck.
I'm hoping with that Metal Gear Solid remake, they do something unique with Psycho Mantis again, like change the controller or something.
Like really improve it, like add a new twist to it where it's not just like control switch.
I mean, they can still do that, but like, I hope they include that still. Like,
Yeah. Wonder how
because
because
it
I
just
mean,
made the fight better. Like,
well, that's why I keep I think I've said it before on the podcast, but it's like that time I ended up replaying it on PS3. I think it was
yeah,
my old PS3. I think it
PS3.
was. Yeah. I chucked my old version into the PS3 because the one could actually play PS1 games, and I
Yeah.
remember playing it one time, and because the controller was wireless, you know, or Xbox for example, it's wireless, you know, and you got to like sync them up to the ports. And every time, like, it still blows my mind. Just like having a wireless controller connected to port 1, and then it's like you must change the controller to port 2, and you like all you did was turn the controller off and turn it back on. It goes connected to port 2, and it's like I can read. It's like what the fuck? Like it auto synced to port 2, like it knew to sync to it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like I did nothing. Like all I had to do was that, and it synced straight up to it.
That's what I mean. Like, they would have to try and include something like that.
I don't know
with a
how
remake.
that worked though, but like back in the day, you actually had to unplug it and plug it into the port 2, so it
Because
knew.
I saw
but
on PS3 they just switched the controller to 1 to 2. Like they just did it in
yeah,
thing like just hold the PS button and go to 2.
that's the thing. I didn't have to press anything; it just did it automatically.
That's
That's
weird.
that's what blew my mind. Is like it just did it automatically, basically.
Yeah, that was like PS6. That was like
Wow.
2006 time.
I mean, where we're going?
PS6. You don't
Played-
even need a controller.
Did you play the remaster already on the PlayStation 6?
Yeah. You just hold your button and bloop.
But no, like
That is coming this year, I think, though. So
that'd be cool though.
end
See
of
what
the
they-
year, Metal Gear Solid, bruh.
See what they
Need
do.
a PS5, bruh.
I wonder if that would improve a lot of the things. That game was just mind blowing back in the day. Like the things it did.
I mean, the graphics weren't. It's just the
Just
I mean, the graphics
engineering.
were, to be fair, actually.
For what it was back in the day, it was amazing.
That was a lot better than most things back then. They made in the 90s.
The render
But
distances and stuff.
it was more of what is it? The mechanics in that game were so good. Like the spotting that's never really been done in the game before. Like, ding, huh? Like,
I was like, who footprints are these?
yeah,
And
like
it would trail the footprints and follow where they went to.
no matter where you went, like
Yeah.
you do laps. It's like
It'd go, huh? Oh, okay, there's an instance here. Let's follow this instance. Like the engineering mechanics that these games created was just amazing. Like,
But then again, you had Metal Gear Solid 2, which made it. That was on PS2, and
Jim's losing his breath every time. He's struggling.
uh-huh.
Right?
Done.
Jeez.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid 2, I played that one the most. Oh
Yep.
man. I mean, you play as Raiden, but
Yeah,
Raiden, what the fuck his
Raiden.
name is.
right. It depends. Yeah.
People are pissed about that though. Like they're like, "Oh, you play as Snake," and then they get it. It's like he plays Raiden.
Eh.
Snake's in there, but not very much.
Yeah.
It's like smack in the face. Kojima's like, haha, son.
Grey
I
Fox.
mean, it made sense.
Mm.
I never want to play it again, though.
I gotta try and finish it. Never
I
actually
wonder
finished
if
that
they're
one.
gonna remake all three. Like, that'd be sick.
Yeah, because they ended up doing that one time, the HD port or whatever it was for 360.
There's only a port, though. It wasn't like a full-on
Hmm.
remake. Like,
But like they've got it there where they started the grounds for it, kind of thing. So they could definitely
right?
improve from it, do a little bit more work from there. So something better than nothing.
Well, like,
Um.
but even four, you'd have to remaster. 'Cause that's already good.
Yeah.
Like even on PS3, that was damn PS3. That game looked like a PS4 or 5 game, like in some parts.
I need to finish that as well.
That's hard. I
Got to
remember
a
trying to
point.
fight the lady in the little building.
Hmm. I gotta get back to it at some point.
He murdered my ass so many times.
Oh god.
I
Bet
was,
you
I was in my
lost.
little box sneaking around the streets.
Getting pounded in the ass. As I say, I bet you lost a lot from your prison wallet.
My ammo's gone, bro.
Yamo's gone. Man. The game does look good though. I do want to get around to playing that game at some point.
Hard.
So.
You have to fight big robots.
Because I still didn't do like 5. I still got 5 I tried doing at one point. And
Five's good.
there's so much. There's so much behind. Like I've done one
This
plenty of
sucks what
times.
they've done to it though. Like they
Hmm.
screwed Kojima so much on that game.
Oh yeah.
If we get a director's cut of that, oh, I mean
Who knows?
Kojima one day, son. He should be
Yeah.
able to own that. Like he made Metal Gear himself. Like
My fan's not hitting this.
sucks he doesn't own the IP.
Yeah, it does suck. It is what it is.
And yeah, but can you imagine like now, like Metal Gear 6, Ooh, like a Death
Oh shit.
Stranding thing, like oh
I'll say
boy.
we segued. I'll say we did segue back from Horizon, but one thing I did want to mention before we go on any further to bring it back to Horizon for a quick second. So you saw that photo I sent you? The was it yesterday? Today? Yesterday? Um, they're releasing I guess it's a one line thing. I don't know if there's gonna be more from this afterwards, but it was a collaboration with Lego. It was the Horizon
Yeah,
Forbidden West tall neck. I was like, I want it. I want it. I must have
I
it.
saw it for the last week. I'm like, I thought it was a Lego Horizon game at first. I'm like, oh no, it's actual Lego. Oh
Yeah, I
damn.
was like, dude, I want this thing. I want to build it and have it up on my shelf just so I can look at it. Because it comes
One
with a
time
little
I'll
Lego
probably get
Aloy.
Lego
I
as
was
an
like,
adult, probably
little Aloy,
Horizon.
little Aloy. She stands on
Little
top of it.
alloy. I get so triggered when people call it alloy. I'm like, it's
Little
alloy.
Aloy. So yeah,
Little fucking alloy is like a piece of metal, but
yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, she's up on top. She was like up on top of it, chilling on the roof, like on the head. I was like, ooh.
I don't care she's not real, so
So I was like, that's cool. I was like, I
hope
want
that
this.
wasn't a spoiler.
What's that?
Nothing. What?
Don't know.
You haven't finished the first one yet, so it's
Didn't
like,
finish it.
yeah. Well, can I say it then anyway? Or you already
What?
probably that she's not real.
Hmm.
You already know that.
She's like a clone.
Yeah. Oh, you already got to there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She's
Ooh,
just a
I was like,
clone, like a It's because it's the whole rebirthing thing of
she's a
cloning.
clone of Elizabeth.
Hmm. So she's slowly
Oh,
unlocking.
she's not real.
Hmm.
Well, she is, but
I
she's
mean,
that's weird.
technically she is because she is a clone. She was created. She is still
Yeah,
existed. She's still me.
but she. It's just as much mind blowing when you find out because you think she was like, because she was a baby and shit. Like, a clone wouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
still goes through the process, I guess.
Yeah, but like, well, she didn't know any freaking different till she found out. She was like, huh.
This is me. I mean, technically, it's like it's her mother because she doesn't have the same memories.
Yeah, she doesn't. Does she?
So
She.
in a sense, it could be
Well,
like a relative because even though she's a clone, it's
it's pretty much a mum because that's what she says.
yeah.
Well, she's like a mother, so
Hmm.
makes sense. I mean, that's a good story there.
Oh yeah. I gotta.
Well,
I gotta
I'm
finish
I'm
more of
hoping they make it. I said it to someone last night. I hope they make Horizon like movies, TV shows, like do expand even
Oh, I
more,
wouldn't be
like different
surprised they
characters,
will. Like, I wouldn't be surprised they might do that.
like Val, Erend,
Hmm.
fucking go back to when it first happened, like in a movie or TV show. like Elizabeth and all that, like doing their thing, and then that happened, and
Yeah,
oh, bro, they could do
that'd be
so
cool.
much with it. It's
Seeing the
crazy.
war actually break out,
It's kind of like Metal Gear. Like they can go
like,
into
oh,
that, like
I would love to
beyond
actually see that
further.
war break out and actually see like the consequences of them trying to fight and everything.
Well, they said they had the machines there to be happy, like, and then the evil came. It's like
It's
put
like
it back
anything.
to when like
It's the
everything
AI.
was
It's
going
the
smooth.
Terminator. It's just the Terminator, basically.
Terminator was never good though. I mean, it
They
was,
were
but
created the robots to help, and then the robots
oh
like,
yeah,
wait,
but then they went.
we are better than what you are, and ha ha ha, we're gonna correct the world, and like that's what
Hmm.
basically it feels like these are doing at the same thing. It's like the
But it's
robots that are
way
talking.
different because they're controlled by someone, not
It's like what's the
them.
military because they built bots that were meant to live and do stuff, and then they had the mechanical
Well,
side of
the
things for the
bots were to
military.
help revive Earth.
Yeah, and because they made
Then
military bots, which then people got their hands on the military bots, which created the thing because they had that one that could hack things, and then they used that one bot to
yeah,
hack other bots, and then it created because it was a
I
military
mean, it was
device.
used for good, but they
It's a
kind of
control bot.
evolved
Yeah.
because the they were more hunted, like because they were just animals in that. The
Mm.
hunted become the hunters, and then they
Mm.
went ham and killed everything and went bad. And
Mm.
I mean, they're still good ones, but they're getting killed by the snapmaws and the thunderjaws and everything else
It's
that's
just typical
roaming the.
animal instinct side of things. It's the predators versus the prey kind of
That's
thing.
crazy how they got the instincts of a robot though. Like, I mean,
Mm.
it is in the future. They're like way in the future.
Cloned like aspects of cloning, personalities and stuff. I guess of the animals,
Yeah,
keeping
they
them.
wouldn't have known because they just uploaded like not schematics even. It's more information that then guy just make it like it's crazy.
We'll see more of it, I guess. Understanding in this new one,
I hope so because I'm intrigued.
the amount of creatures are in it.
Apparently, there's more story than the first one in Film. I was like, there was a lot of story in Zero Dawn
Oh
that you
god,
had to
yeah.
find. Like,
Oh
god
god, yeah.
dang. Like,
The
I've
amount of
seen
stuff on there.
gameplay and it looks so good. Like, it looks so good.
I gotta get it on PS4 when I get a chance.
Hey, you're not really missing out there either. That looks so good on there.
So good.
Just sucks it's capped at 30 though.
Eh. I mean, I have noticed it looking at the comparisons. I have noticed the frame difference. But it's not that bad. It's actually not as
Well,
bad as
Zero Dawn
most.
runs at 30,
Hmm.
so
Like
you
you
don't
can.
really
Well, I was
getting a
gonna say, you can see the
better,
game is
a worse
optimized and it's
experience.
not meant to run at 30. It's not designed.
Yo,
You
Zero
can't
Dawn
notice
does
that.
not hit 30 a lot. Like
Hmm.
that drops.
But like looking at that, you can see it's designed for that. It's designed to run at that frame, like the frame and not hit it. Where you can see Forbidden West is designed to be at 60 frames or whatever it is, and dropping it down to 30, it's very noticeable.
That's the same experience. Like it's not faster
It's
or
not
slower.
bad. Like you just can see the frames. Like I noticed when I was watching, I could see the frames of the running and stuff. You could see the framing.
The choppiness in that,
Hmm.
yeah.
Compared like to
The
compared
not
to
choppy, but it's stuttering and jumping
yeah,
and
compared to Horizon, which doesn't really Horizon is Horizon to Zero Dawn. It's
that
fucking
does have jankiness to a point of like trying
to a
to
bit,
run.
but like I said, because designed for that, it's not as bad.
Yeah, because Forbidden West is definitely next gen. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
like, have you seen the detailed comparisons between them?
So good, so good.
Like they're little subtle changes,
Yeah.
but you do notice them. Like when there's so much of them, though. Like
Mm. There's a lot of different things about it. A lot of people have been
especially the
saying.
fuzz on the face.
Oh,
I
could
just
go on
can't
that
believe
for.
they got
Could
fuzz.
honestly could go on for hours about Horizon. I feel like we could go on. We could have like an own podcast episode of Horizon, honestly.
Yeah, well,
But this
I
episode
was
is not Horizon based thoroughly.
I was talking to Subby, and he put it his game of the year.
That's cool.
I'm like, wow, I almost had a freaking heart attack.
Hey,
You're praising a PlayStation game.
someone might not be happy about that.
Oh god. Oh god. I wasn't gonna mention that. Faking the bear, son. Yeah.
I'm only stirring the. I'm only stirring the pot. I'm only shit balling.
Shit balling.
Shit
Shit
balling.
balling.
Shit balling.
Shit stirring. No, yeah, it's good to have Gorilla having another wicked ass game.
Mm.
Because Zero Dawn was that for last gen. Like that was top of the.
Top of the notch morning, dear.
But yeah, this is starting off the freaking next gen. Like
Yeah.
I'm. I did say it to someone last night though that if they just made it for PS5 only, it
Oh yeah.
would have been even fucking better
Honestly, they should.
somehow.
Honestly, they should have. But I can understand why they didn't
There's
because
still
not a lot of people,
120 million PS4s users
and that's more money they can make on that.
who don't have a PS5 yet.
So
So they're just
exactly,
like, bingo. That's what people don't get. Like, there's like, oh, they backtracked it. They're just
they know they can make more money.
using their marketing to say, oh, it's only on next gen, and then it's cross, what's the cross platform?
Cross
No, not
gen.
cross gen, and then it's like more money.
Exactly, they saw
People
the
will buy it.
market. Might as well branch out to
120
it
million
because they've actually
PS4
looked at the
users.
stats and see how many people were buying PS5 games and realized there's not many people buying PS5 games.
Well, there is, except there's only what
Realistically, there's only
20
like
million or so out there.
exactly. So there's more money in, you
Have
know.
you seen the numbers on that?
Hmm.
PS5 outsells Xbox complete 3-1 or something. Like all
Yeah, but
freaking
how many
ready.
did people actually have compared to
Scalpers haven't got that
scalpers?
much. Scalpers have a few million, but
That's what I mean. It
I
still
think
adds
I
up.
think I've stopped buying them now though because people aren't
Oh
buying the scalped ones.
no, there's you know the last sale they put back up again. They
Yeah.
EB had that sale again recently, and they sold out within like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no.
That was
Yeah,
like
no.
last week, and apparently there's talks of scalpers that bought some of those up as well.
Well, you won't stop them, but
No,
people were ready for that because they actually announced it this
but
time.
again, it's just like, why do scalpers keep buying them? Why are they you know what I mean? Like, why have they not
That's
stopped?
everything though. Graphics
Like,
cards,
you should
everything getting bought up
realize
by
that not
scalpers.
many people are buying these consoles, and there's a bigger market that you're trying to compete against with all these people that have PS5s that are trying to sell them at an upmarket price. You're entering a flooded market. Like, why keep doing it?
Considering you can still get a PS5 at retail price for 750, which people will go for that over a 1,000
Unless you're
plus.
being Mr. Generous and you're buying up like 10 consoles to be like, here's one for you, here's one for you. No, you give them to your friends and family. That, hey, I'm fine with that. I have no problems against that being a hog to give to your
If you
friends and
resell them
family.
for
But if you're
absurd
being a
amounts,
dick to buy up 10 of them to resell them for like $1,000, how about you jump off a fucking bridge with all your fucking PlayStations? You know?
that's wait to PlayStations.
I mean, it's going to be a waste either way if they're not selling them. They're just sitting there gaining dust in a
No,
box.
people will get them eventually.
But it's just.
Oh, this person. Oh, let's go raid his house for his PlayStations. I don't know, but that's crazy.
But I'm keen when I get my new Xbox, at least I'll have something to try and play some of these games on.
Right?
I want to
Ooh.
experience at least something. I mean, I'm gonna
You need
I'm
you
getting
need
a new
Horizon
TV.
though.
Gonna need a new TV. I feel like it maybe play on the monitor or something. I think the monitor would be
Oh,
better.
you need a
Than,
you need a 4K TV. You got one, don't you?
no,
I thought.
I don't know. I don't think it's actually proper 4K. Like it's weird. It's like what's the thing down? What's the thing that's like not 4K but 4K? Not
1440p.
I think it's 1440.
You can't get a TV like that though.
I doesn't seem to. Yeah,
It would
it's
it would
weird.
have to be 4K.
I don't. It's maybe it's not HDR. I'm thinking of maybe. I know it's weird.
Yeah, because mine wasn't HDR.
I
but it
know.
was
I know. I've said it
4K.
before. It's a large, but it's really old, large TV, and trying to play stuff, it doesn't output I don't think it outputs I won't know. I don't think I'll know until I actually get this Xbox. I think.
What is does it say the hertz in that, like your resolution in the top when you change
50
your input?
hertz?
Huh?
Like 50 hertz?
50. Ugh!
I think it's
You
that.
can't play full 60 hertz.
That's why I haven't checked. I gotta double check it.
That would suck.
I won't know until I get this Xbox and plug it into the main
Yeah.
TV. Then I'll actually know if it's
Bruh,
outputting
upgrade.
it nice 4K. I mean, because it is a large TV, so it should be 4K. It should be 4K. Like,
Yeah, because they're not built 1080. I mean, some are, but they're usually 40-inch.
but it's really old, so. Not
40
old.
unless they're like 1080.
But I could always upgrade the one I've got in here at some point and get because they're cheap now. I can get like a 40-inch friggin' 4K TV for like 200 bucks.
600, 7. Mm.
Like $200-300, like real cheap.
Oh no! Don't do it. Don't do that.
So
You'll get what I've got.
get what you've
I
got.
thought that was a good one, but I should have read reviews first.
Why was it not so good?
Let's just
Is
say
it fake HDR?
no. The HDR's there, but let's just say how do I put it?
Capped at 30 frames.
No, it's 60.
it's
I'm
it's
just
hertz, not
saying.
frames.
It's not. If there's fast action in that, it blurs it out, and
Yeah.
I can't turn the blur off.
Okay.
No, there's no motion smoothing, motion blur settings, nothing. So I get blurry pictures. Watch a movie, it's a little bit like it's usually people that are blurry. I'm just like, it's like it's cutting frames, like it's dragging frames.
Yeah, no, I'll find out once I get this. Once I've paid off and pick it up, it'll be by the end of next month. I got to pay it off by the end of next, so by the end of March. So I'm like, that's not far off. I'll get that and hopefully get off sooner than that, and I'll have myself the new Xbox, which then I might finally play Valhalla and fucking Watch Dogs and.
We dudes.
Because I've been waiting. I was gonna play it, but I was like, no, I'll wait till like I got the new console to eventually play them. Because I feel like they need to. He stepped aside.
I know
Those
why
that-
I was. I know why I was coughing.
Those that are listening won't even know. Why were you coughing? Why?
I'd to hack it up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like, people that are listening will think you actually threw up. They wouldn't know no different.
All right.
Because I'm just going. While you like, I'll be like,
What are you talking about again?
the game.
The what? You're talking about your. Oh yeah, your Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox once I finally get it.
Yeah, you get to play all your games that you should have played.
So I'll be able to finish like actually play Valhalla nicely on like proper at least something, fucking mint.
Yeah, because I've seen the base Xbox, and like, I had one that wasn't the best.
So there's
Like
a lot of games.
my One X.
And then I want to try and get like update my Cyberpunk and get that nicely up the new. Because it's been advertised a lot on the Xbox Series X with the new
There must be
update
a
and stuff.
partnership or something. That's weird.
There's got to be because they're always advertising and going like, this was played on an Xbox Series X. Like every time at the bottom of the ad, like this was demoed on Xbox Series X.
Like
I was like,
Destiny was always PlayStation, always played
Yeah.
on PS4, PS5.
I was like, that's a sponsorship. I mean, not sponsored, but hey, CDPR, if you feel like,
It could be.
I mean, we've got the stuff here. The one limited time only, Beardy Bros, Cyberpunk influenced, Beardy anniversary, limited time. Slack Division presents Beardy Bros, 1 year anniversary, Beardy Bros. There's me and there's Jim and Secret Juddy. Once only. We got the end of this month before the shit is off the store. Please help us get some of this limited stuff with mine and Jim's face on it. Like, actually, our face is on it nicely. You can have our face! Do you not want our face? Even on a shirt! You can
I
get
can't
this
say
on
it
a mug.
lasts forever. It'll last you a long ass time.
I mean, like I said, not even on the shirt. You can get this design, this print. Even the horizontal version, which looks like an old school, like, Sega cartridge. You can get that on a mug. You can get a sticker of it. You can get that on a sticker. You can get that on a coaster or a pin. You can get this.
A hat, right?
Get this. I think it's on the hat. But you can get this on anything. That's what I'm saying. Go to the store and you can get this on anything.
Yeah, even
Literally
a drink
anything. And it must go.
bottle. Metal drink bottle.
Yeah. Maybe. I can't
I
remember.
think it's
But
metal.
you won't know unless you don't go and check it out. That's
someone who
redbubble.com,
ordered one of
BickleTube
those.
TV. And check out the Beardy Bros merch up on the store.
Yes.
I was actually talking to Al about this earlier today. I was like, I feel like people, not like, I don't know if it's people like how they are. Like, I just feel like sometimes people like are more direct. Like even though I'm trying to direct them to a website, go to Redbubble, but then you gotta like do the extra work of like trying to find the page, and then
Unless
like,
you're old school.
Yeah, like if it's an actual store on the website, like if it's an actual
Like I legit
store.
type in I go in there and Google it and.
Which some people I feel like they go, oh, it's too much effort. It's like they just want. It's like, well, that's why I put the link there, so people can just click the link.
Too much
and just-
effort,
it's right
but they're on
there.
their phones majority of the day.
Like, I don't know, it's just weird. But
Use
come
your
on,
thumb
help us out.
presses for something else.
Help us out. Like I said, this all anything like I was saying to Al, because I have the store. There's a whole variety of different things. So basically, how it's divided as well. It's like, and it's hard for people to get. It's like how I've got it is I've got all different kinds of work on it, but each thing goes into different funding pools. So anything that's Beardy Bros related goes into the Beardy Fund, which then comes back into the stream. So whether it's upgrading the Discord or getting more merch pushed out, like trying to get the merch flow for me, even to buy the merch to then so we can present the merch. It all goes back in so we can get more merch
my
and then we
shirt's
can
not
give
there.
out. And you got yours somewhere there? No, it's not there. For a change, that's a first.
I think it was there last week either.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually it is. Usually it isn't. But like I said, it all
No,
goes in.
I did put it there for last time because
Yeah,
I had
that's
to
like-
move it because I was covering it here.
But yeah, no, like I said, like if people buy more of the merch, especially Beardy Bros, then it shows that people want more Beardy Bros merch. Then I'll spend time making more merch as well.
I mean,
And
the
try to
most of it
find-
stays up there forever anyway. So
Yeah.
except for the limited
It's just we wanted
anniversaries
this to
and
be kind of
other
a
things.
limited line because it is a 1 year anniversary, and then like we'll have a special promotion for that shirt to go up. You know, I didn't want something to be always up on the store because you always see things when they do so. It's always a limited
I just had
line.
an idea.
What's that?
For every year, the beard gets longer or shorter, grayer. It's the exact same, except it gets grayer over time and stuff.
The shirt ages, make it look more worn
Yeah,
design. But yeah,
I'll be
so
thinking
like
Gandalf eventually.
you'll be Gandalf with the big grey beard.
And be like,
And actually out of nowhere,
nah.
it's like DLC, new DLC. It's like wearing different outfits. Same design with different outfits.
Is it live service merch? Oh,
Oh, imagine different versions. There'd be so many of
Dale's
it.
making all these different fucking outfits.
Dude, it's NFTs in shirt forms. One gets sold, taken off the store, and this one. No, it's getting out of hand. But imagine
NFTs
doing
are
merch like
bad.
that. That's weird. Imagine having merch like that where it's a one-off kind. I mean,
Oh.
technically you do. Technically you do.
What?
That Beardy Bros shirt is a one of a kind. So
Oh, the white line.
technically that's a Beardy Bro NFT shirt. It's a one-off,
Yeah.
non-fungible trend.
I'm the only one who's got one, I think, in
Yeah,
the whole fucking
because
world.
I updated and took it down the store and it's changed on the store and everything. So you're the
That's
only
why
one that has that. No one
I
else
don't
has.
wear it because I don't want it. I want it to be forever.
I know I made that one fucking mistake because I could never notice it. I'll always remember that, and I fucking hate it. But I got segued. But like I was saying to Al, because we've got stuff up in there that's guinea pig stuff related as well for her, like kind of like for her. And basically
Yeah.
what I've said is like how I've got it, which is hard to explain to people because which I guess it can be very deterring, is Beardy Bros related stuff is Beardy Bros. So anything that's bought that goes back towards Beardy Bros related things. So that's time for designs and stuff like that. And I'll focus more on that because that's being a need, because being purchased. That shows that there's an interest in it. So I'll make more time for that, you know, because that's
Mhm.
where the focus is. And then there's my stuff, which my pickle tube directed stuff that comes back into my side of things because then that's for me personally. So then I go, okay, more people want pickle tube stuff, so I'll make that. As the guinea pig stuff, if anything made from that goes to
Yeah.
ours like guinea pig rescue and stuff like that. That goes
Yeah.
to that fund because it's all part for that. So that's why I have all these different things because the money goes in for different part.
How do people not understand that though? Like
That's why it's
supporting
hard
the
to
different.
explain. So I don't know, people just don't get it, don't see it. They just see it goes back to the one source. Like, well, that's what it does, but I've got different pools for it to divide.
Technically,
off
it's a
into.
one source, but it's used for different things.
So that's how I've budgeted out to be funded. So that's where it goes.
That's
Each
how,
thing's
like,
directed.
say you're on Twitch. That's how that goes too. Like, you donate stuff on
All
Twitch.
revenue
it
from
goes,
Twitch, it goes back in. So if I get donations from that, I end up buying games that will be used for being
or
played on stream.
upgrades,
Or
or
upgrades, anything like that. Exactly. Unless it's like, actually I need it, and well, I guess it does go back into it, and I need to pay for like the electricity or something like that. You know,
I
pay
don't
for
like how
bills.
people say, "Pay for my rent."
That's a bit like, come on, like I'm not asking for it, but I appreciate when it comes through. Like honestly, it's amazing.
Yeah, if you specifically have a thing like I say up in here and it says rent, and you've got a goal.
No, like that's just like no, get your ass off and do something. I mean,
That's why I don't put nothing up there. It's like
I mean,
donate
personally,
if you want.
personally, I'll be at a weird spot as well the end of next month because I'll most probably be losing work, so I'll be out of work.
Oh, because winter.
So I was
Right,
getting
like-
quiet and everything going on. So things I don't want to talk about. I mean, I don't know if I should be
Yeah.
constantly talking about it all the time, but I let people know that things change, things happen. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to get into it.
You can't
But-
predict the future.
But the change of work, so I may be out of work, and it's going to be a weird hiccup for me for a while. So who knows what's going to happen? What new
Oh,
jobs I might
fuck,
have
I get
entailed
hiccups?
that could lead me to. Apparently, the job network market is like booming because they want people, but at the same time, I think people are being picky because they want. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
because they
weird.
don't want to put no one on and then just go, "You're out."
So I don't know.
You need to be-
It's
you
weird.
need to
It's
be
going to be
qualified
interesting,
now.
but it's going to be interesting going back out into the market trying to get jobs again. Like I've done it a few times, but they've always turned flat. So,
It gets harder each year.
so yeah. So it's going
'Cause,
to be interesting.
A, they want people at a young age because they don't have to pay them as much. They're just going to
Exactly.
go work at Macca's, but they know we're too old for Macca's.
But it sucks too
KFC,
because
like
the price
anything
of
like
everything keeps
that.
going up as well. Like see fuel
Oh, yeah.
prices lately. It's fucking
Nearly
disgusting.
$2, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some places where I've seen it where it's been over $2. It's fucking disgusting. I was like, how are you supposed to pay for fuel when people aren't getting the hours to work to then be able to pay for that
I don't
fuel?
get- Why
to get to
is that
work?
impacted though? Like, why is the fuel?
Apparently, a
impacted?
lot of the fuel market is controlled by Ukraine and Russia or something like that. And because there's that big thing going on between Ukraine and Russia at the moment, it's impacting the fuel market.
Oh no. Yeah, but still, we get our own oil.
Mm.
Shit.
So I don't know what the go is, but that's what I've been hearing from a few people have brought
Because
up.
don't we supply people with oil and stuff?
Well, it's trade market. That's the stupid thing as well. It's like we have our own stuff that we do, but it's designed to trade to other countries to get things back in good returns. It's like trading one wood for one wood. It's like isn't that like that's where the joke comes from? That's the
Yeah.
biggest joke from like Auntie Donna, where it's like trade one wood for one wood. It's just like, why would you trade wood for another piece of wood? But that's the ironic part for trading, is that you're designating product, even though you could give to your own land and people to use and create things with, housing or whatever. You're denoting that as a trade to a different to a different
I think
country
we don't
to
need
get a trade
other
back.
countries, most of other countries' things. So we got
Yeah.
our own stuff here.
There's a lot of things we can have our own, but because of the trading agreements, you're designated to trade X amount of stuff to this country to then get X amount of stuff back of something else, and that's why I always laugh at that joke. And some
Still,
people
we
don't get
could
the
make
joke.
our own at the same time.
Like that's exactly it. There's plenty of stuff we could make ourselves here in our own countries.
Just wait till electricity goes up. Oh boy.
Oh, it's not gonna.
I don't think
It's
that
gonna
really
happen.
will though.
Most probably not. But that's why I always laugh at that joke.
Although
and
they're
people don't
pushing
get it.
for what is it? Nearly, it's not free, but it's a lot cheaper than what we've got now.
Yeah. I think because the cost of everything else is going up, it makes sense for them to go down, because what's the point when you're doing, what I mean, you're paying for everything else. It's like
Yeah, well, electricity, like, it's getting simpler to make now. Like, it shouldn't cost people thousands.
so
What
it's
probably not thousands every few months, but
it's
like,
a weird cycle exchange where the money doesn't go into there, that's cheaper, the money goes somewhere else, so it goes into a different pocket, so it's
give every house solar panels. Done.
exactly it. But no, but like I
Just
said,
with the freaking backup, you're bloody good forever.
that's exactly it. But
Also, your power doesn't go out then either.
well, there's that as well. You
Because
get
it's
backup.
running straight to that house. It's on. Like,
Yep, it uses your reserve from your batteries. So if you build up your batteries,
like even overcast sky, it still charges.
yep, do as long as those
Or if you're not getting enough, put more solar panels.
solar rays, yeah.
It's just the UV. The UV is stronger in overcast days anyway.
Because when it peaks through,
Which is weird. Like, you'd think on a clear sky you'll get more UV, but no, it's overcast.
focus through.
I want to
But,
Google why that is actually.
Oh, anyway, but yeah, no, like I said, it's just one of those weird things, that little anecdote stuff that people don't get from some jokes. It's real meta. You got to think about things. That's why I always say, like, Rick and Morty is you got to really have a high IQ to get the jokes, kind of thing. In the sense they always make that joke, because it's just like there's some really deep meta jokes that some people just don't get. That's like a lot of things. So,
Right?
but yeah. So ironically enough, we're gonna segue a little bit again back to where we were with the merch.
I got it.
Oh, he's got it.
UV radiation can penetrate through thin clouds, blah blah blah. But patchy clouds can also intensify UV levels because radiation is reflected off the cloud's edge.
Because of the water part levels or something.
Oh, the cloud's edge. I guess that just
Is it because of the ray tracing? I'm guessing it's running at 60 frames.
Oh god.
Is it?
I think it's more of a
Is it
120.
1440 or is it 2160?
2160. Because I've actually noticed, like, I've been burned on a overcast day. Like, I'm like,
Oh yeah, you
how?
get burnt. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why it's like it's fucking hot. Yeah,
Like,
real
you don't
burnt.
see the sun, but the rays are still hitting you.
But I'm bringing the segue back again in this weird cycle where I was talking about the merch, where I was going to segue, we segued to something else. Weird segue, but we're segueing back. So as we can see behind me, ironically enough, we've got some Cyberpunk stuff behind me. I didn't want to say the elephant in the room, but hey, fuck it. The elephant's in the room, and the elephant is Johnny Silverhand, or is it Jim? Or me? Or Silverhand? Or V? I don't know. But, ironically enough, I mean, I don't know how
There's more V
segueing
than
this.
Johnny.
I guess there is, because V under the hat, and V, and then
V up in the top just there.
V there.
V
Johnny there. But yes, as you can see, I've got a lot of Cyberpunk stuff everywhere. Like, I'm not that crazy fan, am I? I'm not a little bit crazy, even though I've had it on both PC and Xbox. He's got his over there. Jim's got his as well. You need to put it. Out of all places, you put on the edge of the corner when you've got all that space of the bed. You could sit it, and you're just like, I'm gonna put this on the corner of the bed. But my screen's gone dark. But yes,
Not
what
really.
was
Oh,
what we're
there it
going to
is.
finally talk about, which we have, on and off. We've always made the jokes, and we said, "Hey, CDPR, CDPR sponsor us." It's not an announcement saying, "Hey, we've been sponsored by CDPR." That would be fucking great. I would
Probably
love,
could be.
I would love to be like, "Hey, guess what, guys? CDPR has finally sponsored us. Fucking win, win, win." Uh, hey, I wish. Hey, but we're
And
still open.
I'll keep pushing by the damn game. It's
I'll still
fucking
push
good.
it. But that's the biggest thing. So a lot of people are now getting on board and starting to enjoy the game and praise the game because they released their latest 1.5 patch update that featured a whopping 50 gig on Xbox One and roughly like that
Yeah,
on a
it
few
is
other
50
platforms.
gig.
It was insane. My nose is itchy. That's how insane it
But
is.
they said they've tweaked the AI, which they have, but
Yep.
it's only on next gen, not the
Yeah.
PS4 and that.
Some of it has. There's been some notices on last gen on
Yeah,
the
but
things,
not
but
the
not
massive
as
overhauls.
yeah.
Like now the
Definitely
crowd
improved.
reacts. They pull out weapons now and can attack back.
I've seen, I watched some people do some of that. It was some kind of funny how they react to some of the stuff. I mean, they kind of
Yeah,
did that before because there was times where I've done that before
not
where I
really.
was,
Like not the
yeah, yeah,
civilians.
yeah.
They
I've had
just
that in my games where I was doing stuff one time. I was doing something
what?
and I grabbed this character and someone came out of nowhere and started shooting at me, going boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, wait, where'd you come from? And he's shooting at me and I used the chick as a
That's
body shield and then
weird.
fucking threw them at him. I was like, huh, and
Right?
then they disappeared. The body disappeared. So, the game's broken, but we enjoyed it anyway. I still enjoy it. Like I bought it twice, so I bought a lot of merch because I love fucking Cyberpunk. So I'm keen to like
I bought
when I
it
get my
twice
new
on the same
Xbox.
platform.
You did, yeah. Don't know why. He doesn't know either.
I wanted the
Um,
steelbook, but then I could have just used the steelbook for. Don't question my logic.
we're not gonna go there. But yeah, so it's interesting to see that what they've brought out. There's a lot of videos going around, some funny stuff where with one dude was testing the new React where people because sometimes the characters would disappear when you looked away and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I saw it a few times where they disappear and then teleport in front of me and then back behind me and spawn across the road. It was weird. How many times things would happen, but I watched this
I want
one
to play
video.
it now. It's been patched. Like I
Oh,
really do.
I've been updating it. I kind of just want to jump on it like now basically and just play it, but I really want to wait to like play it nicely, like with like it look good. So what? He's thinking about it. Yeah, I want to play it. So
I might. I might even stream that
um,
actually.
well
Cyberpunk.
you've got a PS4 copy.
Yeah.
You should get your upgrade
hmm
for
Yeah,
your PS5.
PS5 one.
You should play that.
I thought they would have made that physical though, like at least give us a PS5 disc.
They might be doing that at some point. I'm not too sure.
Let me Google it.
But the plus side of it though is because of how cheap Cyberpunk is still, you can
$10 in
basically
some places.
yeah, you can pick it up cheap for like $10, $30, and just chuck it into your PS5 or Xbox, whatever, and get the upgrade, and it's cheap
Well,
as
it's not
chips.
that cheap now. It's only when it's
Yeah,
on
some places still
special.
got it cheap. Some places still got it cheap.
Well, it's not
So
$10 here, but it is in
yeah,
the
yeah.
US.
So if you can find it cheap, like pick it up cheap even if you want to. Like it's a good game though. It's worth the money, honestly.
I mean, but if you would have got it, if you had it, you would have already got it if you got it on like a next gen anyway,
Yeah,
because it ran fine on there.
yeah,
Well, fine enough.
yeah. So, but no, it was funny because there was like some moments where I watched this one dude do the thing where it's the most hilarious clip. I don't know, I'm guessing you haven't seen it, but they did the testing thing to test the civilians and how they react in the new update. So it might have been on next gen console. So they had some people walking and then they shot the gun off and characters started screaming and running around everywhere. And they're like, oh my god, so it has improved. Turn around, look around again. And when you look back, there's a character in the A pose sliding across the screen.
Hey,
Like that A pose, not T pose, but like the
oh,
arms
the
are
one
down.
that's like,
Yeah, yeah. They was doing that and he went across the screen like, and then they hit an object and then they started running.
yeah, that I seen that in it was
It was like
someone's
that's what it used to
preview
happen.
build of Dead Island 2. I mean, Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
He opened the menu and his character's like, I
The
was
old
like,
A pose, but it was fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh, no, it kind of to me, what people don't get. See, this is the thing. This is the same thing with Unity.
games are complex now.
Well, not just that, not the complexity. I think on a different higher plane when games have these moments. So I was like that with Unity, where Unity was like Assassin's Creed Unity was, set in a game. So I always felt like when the bugs happened, it was literally the program running it that was breaking, like not actually meant to be the game. Like it felt like it was almost part of the program because it wasn't a perfect version because they were developing a game. And that's kind of like how I feel with Cyberpunk a little bit is because basically everyone's cybernetically enhanced, it's like I feel like the characters are like the people. Like if you got a cybernetic enhancement, like these people are actually mechanically locking up and like bugging out because they're cybernetically enhanced. So like I just imagine like this is what it could almost be like if someone was like doing something because they might have wheels on their feet because you can get any kind of enhancements, you know, and these people are locking up because they're like they're freaking out in that sheer shock that the cybernetic's going, oh fuck, and they just freeze up. They're like, and then they bug out. Or they teleport. I mean, I don't know how this works in this universe. They're all cybernetically enhanced. I don't know who can
I,
teleport and who can't. Like, I don't know what abilities they have. And
I
I
just
just kind of
realized
just added that to it.
CDPR generated 300 million
Yeah.
from Cyberpunk
Yeah, they made heaps of money from it. They made
of
heaps.
13 million copies.
Mm.
I think that's with it, and that's with the refunds as well. I think,
Yeah. Yep. It's
and I
insane.
reckon there's a PS5 and Series X version coming with the complete edition. I reckon, like
Yeah.
all the DLCs in there, they'll just build up the
Because
Witcher
there's still DLC coming down the track. Because people now
next year. I think now. I
so
think
dumb.
for
It's like I
some
can
of that.
understand like they promised. Oh, they kind of gave a window, but
Well,
they
that happened to be out
decided.
last year. That PS5 and Series X versions, like
But this is what I was gonna get at. Like I can understand. They promised like a window of like when DLC was gonna come, but I do appreciate that they decided to focus at fixing the game first before releasing DLC.
they're not though.
Hey.
The game's still broken. Still,
No,
like
but
it's just a
they
bit better.
fixed it quite a fair bit though. Like they actually have fixed
Know
a
what
fair
they
bit.
promised still though. That's the thing. Like people are still pissed
People
at
at this
the
point in
patch.
time
Like
are very like funny still. Like that's the crazy part. People
yeah,
are
the
still
game's
being
not perfect, but
no,
it's
but
more
it's
playable.
been yeah. That's exactly it. That's a better option than anything else. Having a more playable version of a game, or you could
I
be
mean, it
like
does suck
Breakpoint.
because they're self-published, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll say you could be like
So they had
Breakpoint.
all the time in the fucking world to do it.
So they've been working on it still. So I don't know how their offices are running still. I don't think their
But they're not
studios are at
because they're
home.
working on the new Witcher at the same time.
That's what I mean. They're working on two products. So I don't know. But I mean, at least they got
Plus
a patch out.
DLC, plus patches. Plus, like they're not a big fucking studio.
No. And that's what I mean, because a lot of people
I don't
going on
think.
like a lot of people going on, oh, they fixed their game and they had DLC out a lot quicker with Witcher. I'm like, this is a complete like a different concept of a game that is different in everything that
Witcher's
have.
smaller.
Yeah.
For a start, like it's not as grand, like it's not as big as Cyberpunk is.
Living environment, like constantly living. But like
Oh, it
I don't
is,
know.
but it's not as compact. Like it's not. It's all
Hmm.
the map's smaller, I think, as well.
So I don't know.
Oh,
And
not smaller.
people keep giving it crap because they're like, oh, they come with this, but they still haven't got the DLC. And it's like, well, what would you want? DLC for a game or an actual patch to fix the game? I personally prefer a patch to fix the game over DLC. Personally.
Okay, I fucked up. They do
What?
have a lot of employees.
Yeah.
1,111 as of 2019.
Hmm.
They got more than most
Yeah,
studios.
well, they hired on a lot of extra people to help with the game because of that. Like,
Yeah, that was the problem. They still didn't fucking.
But like I said, I don't know
I
if they're
don't know.
working from home still. Or if
Also,
they're
don't blame the
studio.
developers.
No.
Blame the CEOs and shit who pushed it out.
And exactly, they said they needed time to work.
They
on
wanted the holiday money.
Mm-hmm. But like I said,
could've
like
waited
people are
till this
still
year.
complaining, going that like I was saying, people are still complaining. Like they've tried their hardest. They've even gone to go out their way and bring out a new patch to help fix the game, and people are now complaining because there's no DLC. It's like, why? People continue to complain.
Yeah, that's why people are pissed. They're like, it's just a little upgrade.
Like,
Like, I've already played it. Like, I won't benefit from it really.
It's one given the version capability to be able to play like on next gen, and two added the mechanics that they were supposed to add in the last one that they've actually like added in now. Suppose like
I just don't get why the next gen wasn't already made though. Like they would have had to been doing that same time.
well, you got a lot
Really?
more to it, so I guess they've been working on it this whole time, still trying to get it fixed
I don't
because they
know.
want it to work better than it needs to. There must have been
It
a lot
doesn't
of
look
bugs
any
with it.
better though.
So
I thought they would have like up the res and stuff.
don't know what the go is.
Unless it does, because YouTube compresses a lot of video. Like
That's the thing too. You can't compare with YouTube and stuff like that.
like I said, we looked at Horizon, but what I've seen
Well,
screenshots
they
and that
finally
looks
added in
way
the
better.
customizations in the game. You can change your character in the game now. Like that's a whole
Yeah.
new mechanic that they've
Have
had
they
added.
fixed all the bugs in there? Like some of those bugs are hilarious. So they weren't
But
game
I don't know.
breaking.
I always enjoyed the bugs, but one of the
Like
things,
where'd the fuck my pants go?
yeah, had Johnny Silverhand's dick hanging out through his pants.
Yeah. I never got that. Thank
That's
God.
what the joke was always. But speaking of that, some of the new content they have added a lot more dialogue and conversations and a lot of more interactions with characters as well. They've
Yeah,
really
that.
expanded a lot of it. So there's all kinds of things that you can get involved with your
I
characters
just
now.
wish there was a cross. I can transfer my PS4 to PS5 data.
Hmm.
Xbox can do it.
So, like I said, well, yeah, that's kind of annoying. But so one of the things I did mention beforehand, which I did want to say, was that they, with the additional dialogue, there's the chance now that your character, like the characters you're romancing, can send you nudes through text, which I thought was pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
I wanted to bring that up. That was kind of funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
So, took a while to get around to that. There's a lot of things I'm trying to like. Oh, there's so much we want to talk about, but it's just trying to get to that end without getting segued too much.
We segue a lot, so.
I know it's hard because I'm trying to keep everything so condensed, but not so much.
But then your
Oh.
brain gets the ADD. Like, I can talk
Hotness,
about
right?
one thing, then just go to something else. Like, oh.
What else? What else we got? I mean, there's a few. The other thing I've got here is
Ivan passed. Ivan Reitman.
Yep,
Right,
Reitman.
Reitman.
Right.
The filmmaker for Ghostbusters and Animal House. Is it
Mm.
Animal House?
Original director,
Yeah.
creator,
No, he's filmmaker. That's what they call.
filmmaker, something like that. Yeah.
I guess he was director.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Also, Des, the Afterlife Steelbook came out. JB Hi-Fi.
Oh, it's out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't come out though, but it's up on the
Up on the thing.
page.
I want to get that
Yeah, Steelbook.
box set thing, but it's hard to find.
It's
Now.
the car coming down.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
I want to get the box set, but again, once again with scalpers.
I mean, Ghostbusters very mainstream now, so people just wanted it, I guess.
Yeah, no, there's a
I
big
wouldn't say
thing
scalpers,
no,
but
no,
people
no,
really wanted it.
no, scalpers.
Oh wow!
Buying the box set for like 200 something bucks and flipping it for $500 to $600. Yeah.
I mean, I get if it's an extra $100, but 3 or 4, no.
Yeah, people have been buying up and
I
trying
mean,
to
I don't
advertise
get
it.
that, but you shouldn't be doing that for $100
Beyond,
anyway.
it's just
But
why do people need to try and make inflated bucks these days? It's beyond
no,
a fucking
it's
joke.
it's not the buyers. It's the damn people buying from them who are making
Yeah, I
it
know,
worse.
but why? But what gives me it's the people that are trying to resell these things. What gives them the right to do this? Like to think that they can do this? Like I know
You
there's
only
dumb
have
idiots that'll buy
that-
it, but like
You just need
fuck,
one. Like,
dude.
just have a thing for. What should be easy to stamp out now? Like, some places have got bot counters,
Mm.
but some people
I feel
just,
like if you have a member, like you should be having memberships to sign up to buy these things now and have that one like it detects.
yeah.
You know, log into your account and you can buy one per customer.
Just wait till a scalping comes
What address?
illegal, then
Like-
they'll fucking stop it.
I know, like it used to be a criminal offence when you used to scalp tickets, like for sporting events and stuff like that. You could be
But that's
charged
different
and fined.
than
Same
actual
similar
hardware, though.
concept, but like people should be fined and like for doing like there should be within leeway if you're going to sell an item. It should be within a frame
Make
of
it
like
in-store
$100.
purchase only as well.
It should be in-store purchase only, and if someone's selling a product,
No, because I can't get it.
well, not just that, but like
I'm like 3 hours away from stuff.
if there should be a leeway of when a product's been released, what the window is to be able to sell it after that window, and the value of what it can be is a certain price.
It'll just go down over a month.
Should be
just
certain stuff like
meow.
consoles should be like go down in price, but then after if it's like 10, 15 years, there's a chance that they can go up in value because of that there should
Or
be
only
a
when it
leeway.
turns retro, like, what was that, 15, 20 years later?
Like that I can see like a
Probably
leeway,
even
'cause
longer than that
there
now,
should be like an
really.
agreement where it's like 5 or something years, then the agreement ends, and then after that they can sell the console for any price. But in that window of like that, you should only be allowed to sell it for a certain price.
People shouldn't be buying them.
And
That's
not
just-
necessarily fine, but if it gets put up on a site to be sold, it should be taken down, kind of thing, because there's an
Well,
agreement.
eBay done that to PS5s.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. There should be agreements with like eBay, Marketplace, something like that. If things are being advertised for like a certain price for what the item is, it should be taken down. And I reckon there's ways
Yeah.
of doing that. Like
If they cross like $50 more than retail, just or 100, just bam, nope.
exactly. Like it's not that
But
hard.
they don't really. They do it for pointless things, but not that.
Yeah,
Like your toilet paper, they took that down.
I know. I put that up there for $1. Someone could buy me. All it was a picture of a toilet on a piece of toilet paper, one little square toilet paper. I wasn't allowed to sell it for $1.
But yet they can sell consoles worth 700, 1,000 times that.
What's the difference? Like it's not like I fucking
Well-
wiped my ass on it. Like fuck.
Who knows? You probably had a clean one.
So.
Freshly wiped sheet. $1,
Ah,
$1. Can I get $2?
$1. It's a
Um,
piece of
but
art.
also I found some Star Trek news
Hmm.
that the J.J. Abrams Star Trek cast are in talks for another movie.
Yes, I have heard this. I have heard this indeed.
So
I was
we're
like,
in for another
ooh.
Simon Pegg, Carl Urban, whoever else is in there, Quinto,
Yeah,
Zoe Saldana, everyone.
another movie. I was like, damn, that'd be good.
It's been so long since that trilogy though. Like,
Yeah, it's been a while. Been a hot minute.
was that 2009 was the first one, right? Like that first
Something.
part.
I need to watch them again. They're good.
Right. I kind of got bored watching them. That was back then. Now I'd be like, ooh,
They're actually pretty cool.
like I know what happens, but I'm just like, be more interested. You know when you watch a thing once, then you go back to it, it's like, ooh,
Well, being Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan was pretty cool.
wait, was he?
Yeah, and the second movie, third movie, second movie.
I thought that was Eric Banner. I thought he was. No, he's in the first one.
He played the other thing,
That that
evil Vulcan.
bad dude.
Was it Vulcan? Something
I don't
else.
know, but he played that well.
Yeah,
See, I don't remember because
Into
it's
Darkness.
been that
Something like
long. No, but he was a weird color. He was
that.
pink,
No,
wasn't he?
he was green. I'm talking about the one with Benedict Cumberbatch. It was called Into Darkness.
I think I got that one.
The
Is that
second
the
one.
third one?
Second or third?
Second.
I can't remember now.
I want to
Second.
watch them later. Fuck's sake!
Is it?
Was that's when Benedict was small, wasn't it? Like he wasn't really.
He was still doing Sherlock at the time.
Yeah, but that's what he got known for, Sherlock, wasn't it? And then
Hmm.
he other things. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Like
but a show.
oh. Also talking about we'll segue from that. There's no more Avengers films. There's
Yes, they
none.
don't want to do any more Avengers titled stuff. So, I mean, we may see Young Avengers. That's different though. It's
Probably
not
not. It
Avengers.
might be
Like
their own.
it would be the
I
Young
won't be called
Avengers.
that.
Could be something else, but yeah, makes sense. I mean, where would you go with the
Avengers are
Avengers
gone.
arc? Like most of the Avengers are dead. Like, spoiler alert.
And you can't really make more because that's a Tony Stark thing. Like he made the Avengers.
Pretty much. Well, in that universe, yeah. You got
Hmm.
no Captain America. It's different caps now, so that wouldn't be the same. It's no more Iron Man. If there was Iron Man, it'd be a different kind of concept. It
No
wouldn't
Black
work because
Widow.
he'd want to do things. There's no
No.
Black Widow. There's only Hawkeye, but he's doing his own fucking thing. Banner's World of where Banner's doing, and then
Yeah,
Thor
there's no Hulk
again.
that either because he just split with him, didn't he? Like he just didn't want to do it
Oh,
anymore,
it's
didn't he?
weird. He's
Is that
back
what it
to
was?
normal.
Not really. He's Hulk family, isn't he? Smart Hulk.
No,
Whatever that fuck that was. Like
that
Smart
was meant
Hulk.
to be Smart Hulk though, but yeah, no, he's back to normal.
But like he he can control it better.
Mm.
Um, it said all of them are pretty much dead or gone.
But there's a lot going on with
It's
the new movies, so
it's only Thor. That's pretty much the only one who still probably do it. But anyway, he getting his own movies again, so
mm.
I don't know. Like it's kind of sad seeing all the ones we like from 2008 grew up with, and then it's like
It is what it
they're all
is.
going. It's like no.
Well, then there's like this new movie with Doctor Strange that's supposed to bring so many like characters in, and people have been
He's
breaking
playing
down
so
all the
many
Easter
roles in that.
eggs. Like, have you seen all the Easter eggs people have been breaking down from the posters?
That Deadpool's in there.
Yeah, there's that little one where Deadpool's like little shh in one of the
Yeah,
little tiny ones, and
he's gonna show up in
he's
Doctor
basically
Strange, I think.
Ryan Reynolds is doing a Andrew Garfield at the moment. And he's like, I'm telling you guys, I'm not in this movie. Like, everyone's been making jokes. He's been going around in interviews going, I'm not in this movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, he probably isn't though. That's the thing.
But that's the thing. Like, the other jokes have been before. Ryan Reynolds isn't in the movie, but Deadpool is. Like,
No,
that's...
not that. It could just be a Easter egg. Like you could just have a poster or
Well, there's
something
that
of
too.
Deadpool in
But
there. Like
he's done that a few times, though. That's where the biggest joke's been. Where it's like... Because even in the Deadpool movie, he played himself. Like, Ryan Reynolds in the Deadpool movie. Like, that's how meta it was. Like, you know, it's
I
fucking...
just, if he was in it, he would have said like,
Oh, no, he'll keep it.
because he promotes a lot of shit that he's like, I'm in this, I'm in this.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny, and I reckon he's
I just
supposed to
reckon
be
that's
in
an
for
Easter
ages.
egg.
Well, they announced a
Like
long...
he wouldn't be in there. I don't
Well,
think.
they announced like a year ago that he was in the next Doctor Strange movie.
Only an M-rated movie, isn't it?
Yeah, he doesn't have to be that violent though.
But the violence, his fucking language.
Oh yeah, he can still control himself. He doesn't have to always be aggressive. There's comic issues where he isn't like a vulgar or he's
That's
not.
weird.
Yeah,
He is
like
all the
people.
time in them fucking movies.
That's what I mean. There's always that misconception. He's like he doesn't always have to be like
No, but
vulgar
he
and
is in this
gory. Like
universe. He's just constantly quipping and
he can still quip without being
being
swearing
a
or he
being
can
a
still be a
dick.
dick without actually saying anything vulgar.
I
Like
still picture that fucking Wolverine mask.
that exact staple to just
uh,
staple to his face. But like that's what I'm saying. Like there's still things he can do. Like that was like
I'm
what
just.
that was like Doctor Strange in No Way Home. He said like he goes fix this shit. Like they still swear to a degree. In the
It's
trailer
not
they
a swear
censored it.
word though.
In the trailer he said crap. In the movie he says shit. I'm like, what?
Perhaps worse, I think.
Like why would they do that for a trailer and if it's different? It's like makes sense.
Also, that did not seem. When he said the Scooby Doo stuff was so awkward.
It's like Scooby Doo this shit. It's like in the
It
trailer
didn't
Scooby Doo
fit.
this crap. Like I was like, what?
None of it fitted. It was like, dude.
But yeah,
Even then, I was like, huh?
there's a lot of things. So there's shots. We see shots of the Ultron droids, which could be we don't know what they actually are exactly, but they look like Ultron. There was like
I don't know. Spade is coming back to the voice.
no,
Didn't he
I
get
don't think
fired
he's,
from that?
no, he didn't want to come back for it at all.
Oh yeah, that.
Um,
Well, that sucks. 'Cause
there's
he had the voice for it. He had the
there's
good.
Patrick
Like,
Stewart in the trailer, like he's in the back of his
yeah,
head. So that's
they got
Xavier.
Xavier in there.
There's talks of like there's still speculations of Iron Man showing up still, like a
Yeah.
superior, but I personally don't think so. But they showed a few characters which looked like possibly
Maybe just his suits, but not actual Tony Stark himself. I
yeah.
don't think.
There was possible like it looks like to be Monica Rambeau could be her version of like Captain like kind of like superhero souped up like Captain Marvel was. Captain Marvel was. So like all souped up in a suit and stuff. Or I don't
Isn't
know.
Benedict playing like 5 different Doctor Strange versions?
He's playing his version Supreme, Doctor Strange, and then
The zombie
Evil
one
Doctor
as well,
Strange,
the
and then
dead
yeah, there's a
one.
zombie one I think. Because there was glimpses, but a lot of this is
He's
coming
playing
through.
so many of them. Like, how
Yeah.
are you fucking busy?
This movie is very impacted by the What If series, so that there's a lot of stuff that happened in that which is going to collide with this, so it's going to be like really like.
Was that May 7th or something? I think it is.
Yeah,
May.
so it's soon. It's not far away, realistically. Like I'm keen. It's going to be such a good movie.
Still, am I the only one who thought Venom 2 was better than No Way Home? Venom 2 is fucking sick.
Venom 2 was good. You could see the moments where they were under pressure and they did struggle. Like, so especially like how No Way Home did. Like, you could see a lot of moments in No Way Home as well. You could see where they struggled.
Oh, Venom was done way before that. Well, start of COVID.
Yeah. Oh, they still were impacted by COVID, honestly. Like, there was
Yeah,
still
but not
moments-
as bad.
And they were impacted by the Matrix movie as well. So, and you can see
Oh,
it. You
yeah.
can definitely see it where there was a lot of rewrites, which, like, things didn't seem a bit, seemed a bit out of place for, like, where the shots were going. And stuff like, but it works. It's like it seems like questionable. And stuff.
I give that a 9 or 10. Like Venom 2 is fucking way better than the first
so
one.
good, so good. Such a different narrative as well. Because the first one was such a build up for the characters, and then this one was we are established.
When before it came out, they said it's a straight to the point, 90 fucking minutes. So it's like in your face action. It is.
Yeah,
like,
it starts straight from the beginning of the movie. It's straight into it. So.
It's so good how they done Venom though, like in Carnage. It looks so good.
Oh yeah, it's done so well.
Especially Woody Harrelson. Like the way they did these transitions from Venom, from Carnage to fucking Cletus. Like,
Yeah, so
Cassius,
good.
Cletus.
Yeah, Cletus. Cletus Cassidy.
Cletus, like it's his face like stretches and
They've hit it to a T exactly how he's like in the comics.
right. He just
It's
gets dragged apart, unlike Venom, where it's just
Yeah, it's over the body. It's like a different transformation.
that's like a suit.
Mm-hmm.
When Carnage is like, he's now Carnage.
Yes. And that's why it's like that, because he's meant
Carnage
to
got
look like
massive.
Carnage.
At the end of that fight, he got fucking huge. Like,
Yeah.
can Venom do that?
Yeah.
But he just didn't. He just stayed small. He's just like, fuck yeah.
Pretty much. It's to show the difference of like character build, like the different degree. Like
Carnage is pure.
Carnage is pure carnage. He's pure chaos. So that's
I mean, so
why
is
it
Venom
showed
to
it.
a point.
Venom's within reason. He's got a very more solid head. So.
Yeah. I just liked it how he had the speech and shit. Like when you get the mic, he's just talking to everyone just casually.
Yeah.
Like people should appreciate it. It's like they're just like, yeah, like that's not human.
He's so tall.
Like, good costume, dude. Uh, like,
Crazy.
he just fit in so nicely there. And he's like, just
Uh,
drops to mic, just
so
and
good.
walks off. I love that movie.
So good.
I waited so long to see it. So long.
Yes. Speaking of movies,
And avoided spoilers.
yeah.
Apart from what you said at the end of the movie. I watched that and the thought, fuck's sake. It was like, let me show you this like little bit, and it's like, boom. Huh? What happened? Just got, like, that's when he went to the multiverse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how did he get to the in No Way Home? He's at the bar, but I guess he just ventured out and went to the bar.
Well, it's the bar at the hotel or something.
Even he just ventured out, went to the.
But it's funny, like the hotel's like from one
Did
hotel
they
version
both
to another.
happen at the same time? Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Like,
When that all happened, when the snaps happened, it's all. So he'd been sitting there. I think when I think he teleported across while the news event was being unveiled.
oh
Like,
yeah, with Jameson on the TV.
So it makes you
Yeah.
think. So you can think. So think about this. Think about this. This is what really gets me the most. Is you see it on when he got first teleported. He's watching the news event where they got the reveal of who Peter Parker's identity was. Like who Spider-Man's identity was Peter Parker.
Because he's seen Peter. He fucking licked the screen. But also
Exactly.
then he got.
But
mind
remember,
wiped.
in time for real time, like how fresh was that news article? Because we see how much further in that movie later on that when the spell was done was like a day or two later, like 3 days later or something.
Yeah, but
days later.
Yeah, but he didn't get sent back though, did he? Until after that.
So this is what gets me is at
But also,
the end.
he would have got mind wiped from Peter Parker. But he didn't know who Peter Parker was. He just saw Spider-Man.
That's the weird.
He didn't know it was Peter.
That's what people
so-
haven't really dug deep into. I feel is because
Hang on, he'll just see the face and think Spider-Man.
not just that he knows it's the
Oh.
symbiote knows symbiote. Like there's a line that he says that because in that scene.
Yeah, why did he lick Peter's face? It's like he said something when
He knows who Spider-Man is. He knows the identity. And always will and always will ever will know the identity. So there's a
on.
line.
Because you couldn't wipe Venom's thing because he's not human. Like
There's that,
everybody,
okay.
he's not everyone.
There's that line in that. There's that one specific line he says. He goes, Venom says to Eddie Brock, going, "I know every reach of the universe. If I was to tell you, it would literally blow your mind."
Yeah.
So he's meaning with the universe. He means like different dimensions,
Yeah, he wouldn't know
realities.
Spider-Man, I think.
The symbiote exists across all realities. So because it's the symbiote is one hive mind, they share
Yeah.
memories across each character symbiotically. So they don't have to be attached to share these things. Like it's crazy. Like
It's
that's
just
how
funny
supposed
how
to-
he said that and then he got. Snap.
But what got me? That's what I'm saying. What got me is okay. So coming back to it. Is at the end of the movie when the snap happened, when they did the spell to revert everything back to send back in their time, we see him snap back to his reality, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. I don't know why I wanted to make that segue joke there. So at this
I was
time,
thinking it too, to be fair.
so when he did that spell and revert everything back and everyone disappeared, Venom went back to his reality. But what got me was he was on vacation at the end of his movie and he was watching on like when he came through.
He wasn't on vacation though. He was just chilling, wasn't he?
He was chilling in the thing, and like
He was just relaxing, like he was
wasn't
just
it-
chilling.
because he knows because it was when he got snapped, because the snap happened and he came through and then the news article was on the TV.
Yeah.
But like the events that the reveal of who his identity was happened like over duration of time. And it's weird that he came.
Well, what he licked on the TV was the reveal, like Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah, which they had that reveal from the news article.
But
But like,
Jameson's just like Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
was that old
Spider-Man."
footage that's being? So you could think that's in a real world situation. Was that a live event reveal when he was being chanced over to the other world, being
Well,
shown,
it'd have to be, 'cause
or was
it's
that a
on the news,
rerun?
like-
Because then if it's a real time event of the reveal happening, Peter Parker didn't see Doctor Strange till like days later for the spell to happen.
Oh yeah.
Why did he snap through beforehand then? If that's
Yeah,
the
it would ha-
case.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm guessing it.
So
had to
was
be a
it later
rerun
then? Was he
Yeah,
snapped through
Would have to-
later?
Otherwise,
Or was there
there's
other?
very bad continuity in there.
But that's where it comes through because the universe is already breaking. Because in Loki, it shows them breaking the universe reality. So was
but
it already
not that
fracturing
bad.
beforehand? It's
Because
pretty
it didn't do
fucked.
nothing until Doctor Strange fucked it up.
No, that's the
Well,
thing though.
Peter
That's the
fucked it
thing
up.
though.
To be fair.
Loki's fuck up the timeline.
Yeah, but also that
So the
because
timeline's
it
already
just brought
breaking.
in Spider-Man and his villains. That was it. And he didn't. None of them met
And
Venom. Or
Loki had
Toby did, but
the Sylvia, which is the female
that's a
Loki,
different Venom.
and she kills the other version of Kang. Because
Yeah, but
he's in the kind of spoiling everything for people that haven't
you
watched
reckon
Loki
that's the
still.
same Venom as in Toby's, like the same symbiote?
Could be.
But that didn't have the same voice. It wasn't the
Doesn't have
same
to though.
Venom, but he'll still know who Toby is because he'll be in the mind
That's
of
what I
that
mean.
one.
There's a lot of things that's kind
So
of
I'm
that's
guessing he would have popped through because he knew Spider-Man. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that they could play with here. There's a lot of things they can play
like he
with.
would have licked the screen and thought that's Spider-Man, but not Toby because he probably hasn't seen that one or
Mm.
Garfield's.
That's what I'm saying, or other variations. That's the other thing too. But the other thing as well is he's just a black Venom and he doesn't have that symbol yet on him, which is interesting
Oh,
enough.
true.
Where later on we see him, he
How
got
did
the
he get the
symbol
symbol?
because of the spider. Like in the comics, it's because Peter Parker has the spider on his set.
Well, why
Um,
did Venom have a spider
so
symbol?
the Venom was always black because the goop, but when it fused onto Spider-Man, it took the kind of like the identity. So the spider grew in
Yeah, but
shape.
that's Tom Holland doesn't have the thing.
He has spiders on the
Oh, he
front
didn't
back.
have the the symbol or nothing, does he?
Yeah, on the chest. There's the spider on the chest. So that's what always got me. It's always interesting.
Oh, I was thinking Garfield had a white spider, but no, it was the Insomniac game had the big white spider,
Mm.
which that's up too. That there for their one.
So it shows that it's pre.
But
It's weird.
Venom's he wouldn't. He'll be pissed because he'd have to just fight Spider-Man if he sees him. Wouldn't he just start attacking?
He wants to. He would want to bond with him. That's why I think he was licking his tongue because he could sense the power. And he's like, "Oh, I
Oh,
want to bond with him." Like
you
he
guys,
would be a
wait,
good
he licked
host.
it. Like yeah.
But I mean, it'd be nice if they end up seeing that at some point. If we do see,
Depends if he does he bond with Spider-Man though, or does he not? Because it's only Eddie Brock, isn't it, who he
no,
can
no.
really
Originally, he bonded with Peter Parker.
weird.
Well, he bonded with J. Jonah Jameson's son. That's how he came to back to Earth, and then he bonds with Peter Parker. But Peter, the only time he fully reveals himself when he's bonded with Peter because he gets that power from when he bodies with him. He goes, "Oh, I can sense all the extra power," and he's like, "Oh," and he really embodies him, and that's why Peter
But does
gets
Venom
returned.
need all that though? Because he's already fucking powerful.
Yeah,
Like
and that's what gives Venom his extra strength later when he goes to Eddie Brock. Technically, well, that's what gives Eddie Brock the extra powers because he copied Peter Parker's
and
abilities.
then went to
That's why he could
Eddie.
web shoot and everything like that, realistically.
Yeah, I've seen Venom web shoot. That was weird. Oh, I
So
thought it was weird.
I think once, if it does happen, that he will fuse with Peter, and then if he does go back, then it will change the way his
But
skill
also,
set
what
works.
Spider-Man is it? Do you reckon?
So, who knows?
Because we know there's a Toby and us getting another Spider-Man movie, right? Oh, apparently.
Garfield, supposedly.
Yeah, but Tom Holland not yet, so it could be one of them two.
There's a lot filtering in, so there's a lot going on.
I reckon it's Toby because he'll make more sense because he's already seen Venom.
That's if it's a Venom crossover film, but
I
they
reckon that'd be
they did talk
something
about there was supposed to be a Spider-Man cross-up for the next Venom
with
movie.
Venom.
For the
Yeah.
third Venom, because they did say Spider-Man
Oh,
was...
so you probably won't see him in a Spider-Man, but Spider-Man in a Venom movie.
Yes, that's
which
what's meant
makes
to
sense.
happen, so... It
Because
could
he
be
went
anyone.
back, so
So it could be Garfield, it could be Holland, it could be Maguire.
I reckon it's either wouldn't be Holland. I don't think.
So who knows? Who knows? We won't know until we see the third Venom movie.
Because he doesn't have the web powers. Toby does.
No, it's still
Remember, their webs are artificial.
he still mimics that. Even in the comics, he still mimics that.
Fuck.
Yeah, because in what's the whole point is because in the comics, like how it was, they had the web cartridge as well. So he shoots web cartridges, and basically Venom goes, "You don't need that." And he goes, "I'll show you this." And because he mimics the idea, he learns. But instead of shooting it, he shoots it from the top of his hands, and he webs that way.
Ah.
So he learns to basically mimic with the Venom coming out as web shooters and grabs things, and he can still do the same thing because he goes. And then Peter's like, I don't need web shooters," and he doesn't use them for so long. So there's this whole period of time where Peter's not using his web shooters, and then it gets to a point where the suit leaves him, and he's like, "Shit, I can't do anything because I don't have my web shooters." So he can't web anywhere, and he's sort of like fucking running around the street and yeah.
Unless you
Because he had to
are
go through this
Toby.
process to get his suit back. Yeah, exactly. So
Only
that's
Toby makes sense because he can still do
that.
everything without the
Toby's the
suit
only
and shit.
original concept of Spider-Man like generating the web
Mm.
fluid from his own body. He's the only iteration it's been done with. Not even the comics went there.
But even then, that's not even MCU Toby. Like he was not a part of that. He is now.
Now, yeah. Like
Some
Sam
get
Raimi added that, and it was such a cool concept to add.
it
Like that.
makes sense that Venom would go to Toby for that because he's a natural.
We don't know. We don't
But
know
we
what could happen.
because we know they've changed
But
things up
he
for
wouldn't
the.
want none of that because he's dealt with that before and he's gotten rid of Venom. So, but
Yeah,
a
but
little
that's
bit
the thing.
survived.
He knows what it is.
So just
Also,
because
it's a
just because he knows what it is doesn't mean he's gonna, you know.
I don't get a different Venom, but the same Venom.
So it's one of those things.
That's weird. Like Carnage, I imagine if that just imagine if he didn't die. Oh boy. Well, he's not really dead. He just ate him.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's dead. I remember one of the old video games where Carnage and Venom fused together. That was chaos.
I reckon it would have been good and bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it just takes over because Venom always plays off as being the bad guy, technically.
Venom's not bad. He's an anti-hero.
It's more the person that controls him.
I
So-
mean, because you see it in the Venom movie, the second one. Venom's not bad. He just went host to host, just
Well,
having a good old time.
That version, technically, that's how he is. I mean, in general concept, retrospect, he's
He's just
a
trying to
bad
live.
guy. But in that movie, he's a different kind of character. He's not necessarily bad. He's more of
I mean,
a,
you still
they
want to
made him
eat
more of an
heads.
anti-hero. Yeah. In the comics and stuff like that, he's generally a bad guy. It's more or less the person that's wearing Venom, or what.
I mean,
what
Eddie
Venom's
Brock
wearing.
was bad in the Raimi one,
Yeah. So
but in this,
it's-
he's not good, but he's not bad. He's more.
he's just
I'll have to
mistaken, a
do
bit
it.
more mistaken, and he's just all like,
I reckon he's better played like this. Like he's
And
human.
in the comics, he can be a bit like that as well. He's actually friends with Peter, and he's not like this arrogant dickhead that's out. Like he used to pick on
He's
Peter,
not-
but not.
He's not arrogant. He's.
No, I'm saying like the Sam Raimi version was very arrogant.
Oh yeah.
Like that was very
Oh,
very
yeah.
arrogant. Like he was such a.
He was
dickhead.
actually evil though in the end.
Yeah,
wasn't
he
he?
was
Like
such a dick.
him himself was bad.
like manipulating photos and everything. How they narrated that up, and it's just like, oh god.
I mean, that's a bad way to do that.
But anyway.
That's why people. That movie.
I think we really need to have podcast episodes where we can like stick to. I think we're gonna need a really like a thorough top. I'm really thinking we're gonna have to do this. I'm getting to the point where I like these topics. I really think we need to start doing podcasts where we pick a topic. Like forget the news for one episode and just like it's not
And
all the
just pick
time,
something
not all the
like that.
time, but like pick a topic where we can talk like all about Horizon or all about Spider-Man and like really break out the laws, like the law of these narratives and like really like just delve deep on those episodes.
Just have a
Discussion
discussion
on those.
about it.
Yeah, because I reckon we might
And
start doing
people
that
in
just
comments
like.
can even say stuff too. Like,
So it's not like all the time. It'd be like not every episode, but it could be like the 5th episode. 5 episodes time we do it, or it could be like 3 episodes.
Yeah,
Like it
right.
could be close, it could be separated. Not all the time, but I think we've got something there. And we want to always. Like I always want to really delve deep in a lot of these stories and really flesh out the narratives and
it
stuff.
just comes out naturally. Like it's just talk about.
And there's so much I want to
Spider-Man,
talk
Venom, it's
about.
like, boom.
There's so much I want to talk about. I really want to like have a good conversation on this, but it's just like, fuck. Like we're constrained for time when we got like news to talk about. I'm like, I really want to talk about so much.
Yeah.
So that's something we're gonna have
Podcast
to
every
come back
single
to.
day.
Honestly, that's something we're gonna have to come back to. Honestly, that's something we're gonna have to come back to because I would really love to like talk about like the Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi's, like Andrew Garfield's, Venom, where it could go. Like I really want to talk about all that, honestly. But I'm like, no.
I gotta watch the original trilogy again. I haven't seen that for years.
Like, so I think we're gonna have to come back to that at some point. I think we definitely will. It's something I think we got something that we can actually have a proper discussion about and really flesh
Right.
out. We could easily talk an hour and a half on that. So
Probably more.
Even
3,
more.
4, 5.
I
6,
just don't want
7.
to burn this over time too much. So
Also bore people with Spider-Man talk.
Yeah.
We've done how many
like
times?
at least you can, if you want to listen to it, you come by for that episode and watch that episode. If you don't, then you know you don't want to watch
Are
that
we gonna
content.
cut
You
that
can
out
leave.
then?
Like.
You put
Oh.
it somewhere else.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what'll be easy for the videos because people know to come by. That's what the podcast episode is about. They don't have to watch that episode, then go to a different episode. So I don't know. It's just I think there's a lot that we can talk about. There's a lot we can go over.
Talk about Sony.
That's exactly what we
Bring
could
it
have.
back to
all kinds of things. Like fuck. But what else do you got? Because I was gonna say I was gonna segue from
Um,
there. I was gonna talk about another movie, but
what's that?
Uncharted.
Hmm?
Uncharted.
Oh yeah, you talk about that,
Yeah, so I was going. Well, we're going to kind of follow that up from last week when we were talking. I
and
think
then
we
I'll follow
briefly
up
covered
with
it from
more
last time.
Sony stuff.
So that's why I thought it'd be nice to also go. So I was going to say there's a lot of stuff that's coming out from Uncharted. Funnily enough, another thing is too is they've put the Uncharted skins in Fortnite as well. They've got Tom Holland's version, and then they've got the Nathan like actual like
I
video
reckon while the
game
Tom Holland one's in there, he does not use a gun in the whole movie. He does not use a gun.
at all in the movie.
Nope.
That's funny.
Apparently, he accidentally kills people, knocking them off ledges, stabbing them, but not a gun.
Yeah, they try to avoid the fact of killing. They don't want to. I remember in the interview they said they didn't want to have a lot of killing. They wanted to
But he
make a bit
kills
more
people
sense.
though. It's just not with guns and accidentally.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to get away from is because the game they were saying that because in the game you're going around
He kills
basically
millions
killing
of
people
people.
constantly. Like he's killing anyone and everyone. Like and how many impacts they in the process of killing are they killing other people? You know
But
what I mean?
that's Uncharted.
That's what they wanted to kind of go.
You're
They
killing
wanna,
for treasure, pretty much.
that's what they wanted to kind of from what he was saying is when they were doing is that they wanted to kind of stay away from and be a bit more realistic with the concept of killing, not just killing for the fact of killing.
Yeah,
Like
accidental, like oh boom, oh fuck, you're gone.
yeah, like that
Who
makes.
does that? Who accidentally kills someone, like
I
knocking
mean,
them
that
or
can kind of
stabbing them?
happen. Like, you're not going around. Like, what's more likely for you? You're gonna go around and just go, "Ha! I want this treasure to start killing everyone." You're gonna pick up a gun, and start shooting everyone, or you're gonna be like, "Oh shit,
It's a
sorry."
movie. Like,
No, but I'm saying it feels a bit more realistic though. What would make more sense? Are you
well,
gonna,
he'll be dead in the first 10 minutes of that movie. I
yeah.
reckon. Like,
Oh, that
if
realistic.
if
That
if
realistic.
that was
Yes.
real, because they have guns. He
Yeah.
doesn't. He dead.
But narratively speaking, they're trying to line it where it's like, because like
Hmm.
if you think
I'm
about the
guessing a
Uncharted
second
games,
movie probably
the
have a gun, maybe.
maybe yeah, because well they wanted to have that iconic chase scene. They said it was going to be too hard in the car from from the fourth game when they wanted
Where
when,
he's like dragging along behind the
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
vehicle and
They said
shit.
they wanted to try and figure out how to do that, but then they also said there was a lot of people would have to have been falling out and crashing and stuff, and that's a lot of work as well. And that's when they like were saying they didn't want to do a lot of that because it's overkill. They don't want to make it too overkill. It's like,
Uncharted is over the top fucking cinematic.
hmm. It was
You can
hard trying
make
to
a
work it out.
movie out of just the games, like make
Yeah.
movies out of them.
So there was stuff there that they were talking about that they with constraints and they wanted to do a certain way and not be over ridiculously killing people constantly like the games were. They wanted to be a little bit different. So
But that's meant to happen. Like,
I don't know. I mean, you can play the games without killing a lot of people. Like you can.
yeah, but he
Do that.
kills people in the movie. It's just
Yeah.
weird ways.
I do find it just seems a bit unnecessary to kill a lot of people sometimes in some of these games.
But it's Uncharted. You have to. They're attacking you first.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just avoid them, run past them, keep going.
I mean, Sully kills no one. He just stands there. It's like, you got this, boy.
Exactly.
Like, he just stands there like, he's just, do
The
you
amount of
do your
people
damn
you're shooting
thing.
all the time is ridiculous.
I think they actually calculated how many there is. There's like over 1,000 a game.
Yeah. He's worse than Rambo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, fuck.
But it's justified. It's Uncharted.
Nothing's
Yeah.
justified. I mean, it makes
Well,
sense. It's
game.
part. If Uncharted and The Last of Us are in the same universe, it makes fucking sense.
Well, there's references. So I'm
Hey,
guessing
hey,
they are.
it makes sense why Joel was doing things. He was a fucking treasure, fucking drug lord, fucking smuggler.
He was literally a fucking drug smuggler and shit. So.
Yeah, he was in the same. He was mostly in the same division as fucking
But that's
Drake.
the way he got killed there.
But anyway,
He got killed for shooting somebody.
but apparently, I guess now a lot of the world is getting the movie, and it's not doing so good.
Oh, the movie is doing well.
No, it's getting it's doing really bad.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's bombing. Like
I heard it's like
apparently-
a 7 out of 10 and shit.
No, kind of. It's gotten very like a lot of the reviews going around is it's gotten a 41%.
Also,
Rotten
it's
Tomato.
made not for mainstream people who just watch a movie.
Yeah.
It's,
So I'm gonna.
you
try
don't
and
have
watch
to
at
be
some
a
point.
fan, but you got to know of it at least.
Like
get it.
IMDb gave it a 6.8 out of 10. Metacritic gave it a 42, and it got a 41% on a Rotten Tomato.
That's not bad, is it?
So it's
the
very-
lower the better, right?
No,
Isn't it? I thought it was the opposite.
it's gonna be higher, like 100%.
There's no 100% movies there.
No, but like 100 on Metacritic is like really good. So it's gonna be like a 92 or 80. It's below 50%.
Uncharted. I mean,
But yeah,
I
there's
thought
been
it
a
was
lot of
doing good.
no, there's a lot of talk I've been seeing lately of people saying it's been bad and it's been like doing horrible and stuff like that. It was apparently doing good last
Oh,
week, and now it's bombing. Yeah, it's bombing pretty bad.
Uncharted wants to be Tomb Raiders of the Lost Ark, starring Spider-Man. It's more like game over. Jesus.
Mm.
What? Tom Holland, Uncharted, and Marvel actors in want of a second movie franchise.
Mm.
What?
But
Uncharted games received major sales for movie release. Hey, that's
I
good
mean,
for Naughty Dog.
hey, it's done that to me. I've been like, hey, I kind of want to buy them on PS4 again now.
Have you played them though? Like all
On
of them?
PS3,
So good.
but I want to get them for the PS4.
That's what needs a remake, I think, because that's a bit cheeky.
I want to play it on PS4, nicely updated.
I want to put it on PS. Did they get a patch? I don't know.
Maybe. But I was gonna say though, it's kind of looking funny because the skins look really out of place, especially because I don't know why my brain went down the
They're
rabbit
in that
hole.
classic like Uncharted outfit. Or it's not.
Yeah, and it's got like Tom Holland's head on it, and then like the other, was it Kate? Whatever, it's got the because they're
I
both the
get
actors.
having Nathan Drake, like, of the game one, but not the live action
It
because
just looks, but
get
then
out
it's
and use
funny
guns, bruh.
because it looks funny because they had the same kind of thing with the because when they had the Spider-Man skin, they had Tom Holland's skin drop, and it's just like you've got Tom Holland as
Oh,
Spider-Man
right.
and Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and it's just like so the narrative goes in the Fortnite universe. Everyone forgot who Peter Parker was, so he renamed himself Nathan Drake. He went from being Spider, and then like that's why Nathan Drake can survive so many hits is because he's Spider-Man. I was like, that's what I was making as a joke because like it kind of makes sense if you think about it because he does all this crazy strong shit. Like, well, Spider-Man can take a fucking hit, can't he? Like, how does the
I don't know
fucking?
if this is a spoiler or not.
Oh no, don't talk about it.
Huh?
Don't talk about it.
No, it's not nothing in the movie.
Oh,
Just a post-credit scene
for the movie.
after the movie
Yeah.
about a sequel. So
Oh well, I wouldn't be surprised. I was gonna say.
we already knew that was going to
Yeah,
happen.
it's gonna happen. But I was gonna say, which was funny about the whole thing with making the skins is, you've got Tom Holland, Nathan Drake, and Spider-Man Nathan Drake with basically the same, almost same head models on these skins. But yet when they released the pack for Spider-Man, he came with MJ, which looked nothing like
Yeah.
Zendaya. But yet they released Zendaya as a June skin that looked like Zendaya. It's like, what the actual
It's
fuck?
already
Like,
they would. I don't get that.
it's like you could have Tom Holland's face on two different characters, but you couldn't have Zendaya on two different. Like, you had to have this knockoff Mary Jane looking Fortnite style character that didn't
Or
have
I
a real
would have
face.
put took off Tom Holland on Spider-Man and had him with his mask,
Well, you can put
and
the
then
mask
had
on
the
and off.
Uncharted
It's
one
part of the
without.
emote. It's the whole thing. Is you can take
Oh
the mask on and
God.
off.
What are they doing?
And I go like,
No,
and everyone. What I always make jokes when I'm playing the game, I'm like, I'm Spider Man, and I'm like, who's that guy?
I'm Nathan Drake.
Exactly. You can do that now.
Peter Drake.
Peter Drake,
Well, Drake's not even his real name.
Nathan Parker,
No, it's not even the real name. It's something else, but it's not Drake.
Dake.
It took so long for me to figure that out.
Yeah.
I was like, Drake's not even the name of the.
It's just what they. It's like they go by.
Yeah.
To,
It's crazy,
to hide
isn't
it. To hide his identity.
No, it's not that. It's because he's an orphan.
Hmm.
Well, they're orphans and they took Drake.
I mean, it kind of helps hide their identity being orphans as well.
Yeah, but still, everyone knows them,
Hmm.
so they're not really hiding. They are known in that community as like the best of the best. Well, the worst of the best, but they're also the best because they're good at what they do.
Good at what they do.
Also, the annoying ones who fuck plants everyone else. But yeah, I'm keen to see it. I want
I want to watch it though. I do want to watch it.
Apparently, it's a good watch though. It's just long, 2 hours.
Mostly drags out some stuff that it doesn't need to.
Someone said it was a slog. I'm like, eh. Should be like the Venom, just hour and a half, bam, action.
Mm.
Oh, well, as long as there's good puzzles and that, like that ship scene looks fucking
That's what
dope
I mean.
though,
As
like the
long as they
flying
got the
ships.
puzzles, like they're doing puzzles in the movie, that'd be great to actually see.
Right? I'm still pissed about Sully though. He's meant to be older than Mark Wahlberg. Well, Mark Wahlberg's not young. He's like in his
No,
40s,
but like he's meant to
nearly
look
50s.
decently old.
Yeah, have a mustache.
I was actually
Yeah,
gonna say, did you see that new Elvis trailer dropped?
I'm not gonna watch it.
Looks good.
Oh, looks good, does it?
But another one is biopic films, but
Mm.
it was interesting. But that's something for another day. What else you got?
I would have put Benedict Cumberbatch as Elvis, even
It's
though he's
gonna be pretty good.
British
It was a lot of it was filmed in Australia as well.
because of the open areas.
Hmm. They built sets and stuff. A guy I
Mm.
know worked on the film.
I got some images.
What else we got to finish off?
Some more Horizon stuff here.
And more
Not
Horizons. I
Horizon
told you we could have a whole
specifically.
episode.
But it's Sony will plant a tree for everyone who unlocks the Reached the Daunt trophy. They're gonna plant a tree for every trophy unlocked,
Damn.
and that's by a certain amount of time, like March sometime. I think you got
People
to
need to get
unlock it.
onto it and unlock that trophy. I wonder how hard it is.
Covering lands in Wisconsin, California, and Florida.
Cool. That's cool.
That's freaking cool though.
Good concept.
Cool, they like tied that into the game. They're like, you unlock a trophy, they'll plant you a tree. Like they plant a tree from it. It makes people do it though.
This tree was planted thanks to
Well, it
dipshit
says planted
69.
in your honor, so I don't think
That's what I'm saying.
like
This tree is in honor of Teabag 439 Blaze It. This tree is in honor of 420 Get High. This tree is in
XX followed
honor.
by XX.
This tree is in honor of TTV Dipshit. This tree is in honor of Dash underscore Cheeseburger.
YT.
YT
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. This tree is in honor of Nox.
No. Oh. Also, when you watch Uncharted, there's PlayStation Productions animation of God of War, Horizon, all that played before it, like their movie production stuff. They got like a little
Wait, what?
reel thing going on. That's
In
pretty
Uncharted.
Cool. Well, it's a game movie, so
To kind of like a Marvel banner reel kind of thing that they do.
yeah. They got all the PlayStation IPs in there.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of Sony production films coming ahead anyway, so.
Well, especially with the
the
Destiny stuff that's going to happen and shit as well.
Destiny, then there's the... Was it the Jack and
Well, I didn't know there was a Horizon movie coming. I think. No, not Horizon. What was it?
There's a lot of animation stuff coming too.
There's something. Fuck. Can't remember what it was. And that was a big thing. I'm like, damn. I think it is a Horizon movie.
Could have been a movie animation or something. There's a lot of things coming.
I think it's live action or animated. I don't know. But I mean, Sony have always been a thing. Like they've done movies.
They
and
get behind
shows
it.
and that.
Oh,
But now they're making their own now, like physically making their own, like Venom and stuff like Uncharted. What it was there? Other things.
what else you
But
got there?
I'm keen. This is something that I was surprised about. Quiet Place Part 3 coming in 2025 with a spin-off helmed by Pig director Michael Sarnowski, expected next year. So they're already spinning off Quiet Place. There's a lot they can do with that as well.
There's so much, yeah. There's so much. It's like the when they tried to do with Cloverfield, and they had directions, and it kind of just fell after a bit.
Yeah, but Cloverfield was just a one-hit thing. They didn't really have any like deep backstory or nothing with it. It was just a thing hit. That was it.
Oh, the fuck!
Well,
I was wondering why that moved, and it was a fucking giant gecko behind the frame. It was huge. The gecko was massive, and it was missing part of its tail.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because I just looked over and I was like, I heard the frame move, and then I heard the noise of a gecko, so I poked it. It just went and just ran across the wall. I was like, oh shit! Jump scared me.
Crazy. Speaking of that, the Batman is not a Batman movie. It's a villain origin story based on Catwoman and Penguin.
Because Batman's already
Which
established.
is weird. I'm just
Well,
like,
It's
What's it called? The Batman. Then, if it's based, if it's like them, like
it's well, like Patterson has said in interviews, this is basically Batman Year Two. We've passed the origin. We know what's going on. It's just this shit's happening.
but
So
what's it called? The Batman.
it's just
It should be
probably
like something
well,
else.
he's the main character of the movie anyway.
Yeah, but it's really about Penguin and Catwoman.
It is what
I
it
get
is.
it. People are hyped. I'm like, I'm not expecting much going in, so I might be pleased
It's
watching
gonna
it.
be good.
Maybe.
Oh, there was.
Will it?
I was gonna say there's another funny thing. He was watching. Patterson was on an interview and he was talking about how he got into the role of how to get into the role of being trying to portray the Batman. So he watched different things. And he goes, I watched this one footage of a bat and how it acted with a chicken. And he's like, he was just trying different levels of method acting. So he was watching, I don't know how legit this is, but he was saying the story was like he tried different ways of method acting and wanted to see how things acted and portrayed to try and get inspiration of how to be different, be his own version. So he tried to think of different mannerisms.
Batman's just a dude. He's not really a bat.
No, but like you can take in those aspects of when you are Batman. Like, how would you do things? Would you be more, do you be more slow? Do you be more sluggish? How do you fight? How do you move? He was trying to
Like
think of different
Affleck's one.
things. Yeah, he was trying to think how different things would happen. And oh, my fan's turning on and off now because the fucking switch isn't running properly. Um, and he was thinking of how to do it. And he said he watched this one video basically. It was how a fruit bat or bat whatever it was acting around a chicken, and it wouldn't have been a fruit bat. But he was like how it acted with a chicken, and it kind of like flapped around it and to like stress the chicken out until it like
Danced.
fell asleep. So it, like danced until it fell asleep, and when this chicken
Fell asleep.
yeah, he did this. The bat did this thing where it kind of like danced around until the chicken fell asleep, and when it did, the chicken would fall asleep.
So I couldn't have hypnotized the chicken.
Yeah, and then what the bat would end up doing would go up to the chicken and bite onto its anus, and that's how it like killed the chicken. It bit its anus, and he was
Well,
like,
we know what Patton's gonna do, Batman.
he was like, I watched this video and I was like mesmerized by like how it hypnotized a chicken, and then he was shocked by like how it bit its anus, and he learnt this fact that bats hypnotize chickens and then bite it on the anus. I was like, that's interesting.
Confirmed. Batman's gonna bite ass.
Batman's gonna bite someone's ass. We
Yeah,
don't know
chicken.
if it's gonna be chickens or cats.
God.
But yeah, that was just a weird little anecdote I wanted to bring up. But anything else before we wrap this up?
Peacemaker got renewed for season 2,
Oh, so keen! It's so good.
which is a given.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. When I saw it's episode 8, it kind of leaves on an end, but I think there might be another episode. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
there is another. Oh,
One
I don't know
more.
if there's another one.
'Cause
Or
it
not.
kind of leaves it on a high at the end of the episode.
Maybe there is just next season.
So I don't know, but it was really good. Like, there's a lot that happens. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
people have already been spoiling it on YouTube. As every time I
that's
open
what a
up
lot of people
YouTube,
haven't watched it.
like honestly, every time I open up on YouTube, it comes up with like, here's this thing, and it's like, oh, that's a spoiler of the latest episode.
I don't click it.
So I mean, it's everywhere. You straight there, you see it. It's like, oh, you can't even avoid it. It's like it's in the thumbnail, it's in the title. It's like, fuck.
I just know there's someone. Everyone's dead. That's all I know. That's
There's a lot
all.
dead.
It's like I don't know who it is. I don't care yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll move on.
really good,
Oh,
but
we always
definitely
expect
really
no more Avengers movies. Kevin Feige said that. Also, this is the last one I've got. Stranger Things, the new season starts May 27.
Ooh.
It's in two volumes. Volume 1, May 27th. Volume 2, July 1st. Each season will be roughly the same length as previous ones. The full season will be comprised of very long episodes. I think they said it's longer. Like each volume, it's like twice as long because each volume is as long as the season. So it's like 2 seasons in one, I guess, with long episodes. And season 5 will be the last.
Okay,
So
so
next season will be the last season.
It was the season finale of Peacemaker.
Oh, was it?
Mm.
I gotcha. I don't know. Must mean because I'd read that just now. Well, I probably just thought it was still going.
Wow. Oh, actually, I want to bring this up quickly. So there's a quote in Peacemaker. So it's not really spoilers, but this is a quote in the last episode, where it's it goes Vigilante says to Peacemaker, like Green Arrow, and he goes, no, not like Green Arrow. That dude does What is it? Oh, let me bring it up so I can fully read it. What the quote says again. Fuck, where is it? Like Green Arrow, no, not like Green Arrow. That dude goes to brony conventions, dresses as the back half of a Twilight Sparkle, with 4-inch wide butthole. Uh, delinquent the costume. I don't know something. So he's basically what's the last part? With 4-inch wide butthole drilled in the costume. That's it. That's what Peacemaker says about Green Arrow. And
That's hilarious.
I don't see this as funny anymore, and I'm kind of getting tired of his attitude because I kind of liked the character Green Arrow, and I thought Stephen Amell was kind of cool, but he's starting to come out more and more like a dickhead. And he replies going on Twitter going, "Haven't seen it. Too busy showing John Cena what professional wrestling should actually look like on TV." And it's just like, what?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I mean, but like, I'm like, what? What is that? Like, why are you making stabs at referencing an actual actor of what their career was, when like he's a fictional character to a fictional character? Like, why, in the sense, is he kind of
yeah, but
taking
he's
it
doing the
personally?
same thing. Amel's Green Arrow, so
Yeah, but like they're fictional character to a fictional character. Now this is being
wrestling's fictional.
that's what I mean. But you know, that's a career. That's a
That's the
career.
same thing. It's just he's just not through a TV show. He's through a tweet.
But that's what I mean. Like, what? It's an actor to an actor. Like, this is a person,
Yeah.
an actor to an actor making a stab, when it's a character to a character.
John Cena's probably serious because you seen his Batman run. He was going ham. Like,
Well, that's part of the movie, like the show. Like, that's all stuff written
I
in the
don't reckon it
script
was
to a degree.
scripted. To be fair, I don't reckon
They
some of
give
that's
leeway,
scripted.
but like it's it's a fictional character making something about a fictional character. Like, it's
Like
not
that
weird.
old dude seemed really shocked when he said that. It was like, ha.
Yeah,
Like he
Cena's-
generally like had shock on his face.
Peacemaker, relationship to the other superheroes is very specific. Series creator James Gunn told comic book, he is ambitious. He wants to be the Holy Trinity of Batman. He wants to be in the Holy Trinity of Batman, Superman. He is not. He wants to be a member of the Justice League, and they would never let him in the Justice League. He wishes that people loved him as much as they love Aquaman, but they don't. So that's what James Gunn has said about the character itself. But like, that's
Yeah,
I
he's
know.
just- he's
There's
just
been plenty
sulky.
of times that Stephen Amell lately has been very salty at something, or very like disgruntled. Like, he's been coming off more and more like a dick lately these days. Like, he's been very, I don't know. He thinks he's getting to the
He
point
can.
now. Well, that's what I mean. He's getting. I feel like every time he posts something now, he's just acting like he's top shit. Like, he's king shit. It's like, dude, you're not king shit. You fucking starred as Green Arrow. Like, that's primarily
long
of
ass
what.
time too.
Like, that's exactly. That's primarily your only thing
8
you've done in
years?
your career. Like, dude,
That's-
get off your
that's what I'm
fucking high
known for.
horse. Like, get off your fucking high horse. And I
And
don't
I've
know.
never seen it past season 1.
Yeah, there's so many times he's just
I didn't even
acted
watch the
like
full season.
he's just come off as
I
a
should.
dickhead. But yeah,
Oh,
but
it's
anyway,
one of the best shows.
he just come like a dickhead.
He's just replying back. I mean, also he wasn't literally. It could have been the Green Arrow from like anything you're talking about.
And that's why it doesn't necessarily be his Green Arrow. It could just be Green Arrow in general.
But he
Like,
played Green Arrow, so he just I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. Why is he taking it personally attacked though? Like, from a show's quote that's in a TV
If
show.
we're
It's not-
talking about like the Injustice Green Arrow, that thing is a fucking weird one. Like the
Like-
long blonde hair and shit. Like that's like something that he's probably referencing.
That's what I mean, though. It could be anything, and that's what I mean. It's just weird that Stephen
Like
Amell took it
comics, he's
upon
not
himself
like
to make
the
a
show
remark
either,
about
is
it.
he?
Hey,
Like in the comics, it doesn't look like in the show.
different.
The
Yeah,
comics,
like
he's got
stash,
long hair,
beard,
right?
or, short hair, long hair, depends.
Because the Injustice one looks like a Broadway actor. Like,
That's what I mean. There's so many different iterations, but we don't even really see Green Arrow in the universe, so because Peacemaker's set in
I'm
the
just
Suicide-
waiting for him to run out of DC characters and say a Marvel one. Because they've been referencing each other before.
There is an ad-libbed line dialogue in the film where there's a scene that happens. It's all ad-libbed by John Cena. Like, it's all him. They just let him go run wild. So there's a scene where they plant evidence. They try to cover up John Cena's identity, like not John Cena's identity, fucking Peacemaker's identity, and
He
try
can't
and like,
really hide his identity.
well, they try to pin evidence on someone else, but they end up pinning evidence on his dad. It's
I'll
like,
go.
which is like,
Isn't it?
out of all people to pin evidence on, you'd pin on his dad. Like, you could have pinned it on anyone. So basically, there's a scene that happens in the, related to that where he basically finds out and he goes, why, like, he goes out of anyone you could have pinned it on, you know, you pinned my dad, and out of everyone you could, and he goes, you could pin it on Oprah Winfrey, you could put it on, and he just lists all these people. Like, he just goes on his whole tirade and mentions
That makes
characters
sense.
and
What the old guy said when he talking about Batman, it's like too bad, like be like your dad in jail.
yeah,
Is that from
because
that?
because his dad's in jail because because he's been
Ah,
planted. So because
thanks.
he got thumbed for
No,
it.
no, what context why he said he's because his
Yeah,
dad was
yeah.
out of jail and then he's in there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So that's like context to that because that's been going around
that
heaps.
makes
So,
sense now.
but yeah, there's the whole sequence that's gone on, and John Cena ad libs that whole scene, and he just goes, and you can see the guy who plays Vigilante behind him, like trying not to laugh, and everyone else is just like trying to act through the scene, and they're trying to like laugh under their breath because he's just going on. He goes on. He like lists like 30, 50 people of like, this is who you could have thumbed, you could have put the evidence on, and you
He
didn't.
actually does that quite often. Like he
Yeah.
has a good fucking memory. I
Oh,
think.
he's crazy. Like his ad libbing and like making jokes on the spot is just insane. John Cena.
That's the
is
thing
just-
that Batman is because that old dude is just standing there like
yeah.
he just like he's fully shocked.
Well,
just
he
turns
was.
around
I
and
think there
go
was because
ham.
apparently, like when the scene was done, like John Cena checked on him
You
to
think
make sure
that,
he
that when
was.
he turned back and kept going?
Yeah, because
Like,
he turned back, went back.
and just started yelling.
Yeah, because when he went back after after he filmed it, he went to make sure you fine. He goes, yeah, no, I'm fine, because he just went with it and just kind of played along with it. And John Cena was
Yeah.
like, I didn't like. He felt like he overworked him a little bit, and he's like, and John Cena went and asked him like, you know, are you okay? Like I didn't like scare you too much or like really like stress you out. Like he was really like, because he just went with it again. That's what I said. There's more like that. There's heaps of that in this final
That's
episode.
what people don't get. John Cena is like one of the best actors. Like he can do fucking.
Oh, he's so good.
He can be serious, funny. He even remembers shit like that.
Mm.
I've got 50 odd names.
So he just
I could
spitballs
never
like
do
all these
that. I
things
don't
out.
think.
He just spitballs it on,
Especially
and you
just
can see him
going.
think though too. There's a point where he's flowing, and you can see him stop and think. And
Oh.
he stops, and then he goes, and then this, it's like, oh my, and I was like, oh, a lot of people expected like, why did he say himself as well? Would have been funny. Like there could have been just a whole joke if he just said John. And what about John Cena? You know, like if he threw John Cena in there, would have been great. But I knew he was thinking out of the box and not wanting to include
They
himself.
all
But it would have
still
been
proper
great.
names though.
Yeah, yeah. He was like Oprah Winfrey, and then he was like, he goes, it could be the Scooby Doo gang, or like things like that. He was.
They meant like in the actual show, like characters, not actual.
No, like he was actually he listed like actually goes. I think he said like Tom Cruise, Oprah Winfrey. Like he actually named actual actors, actual
Jesus.
characters from like other IPs. So like I didn't really take notice if he said that, but yeah, there's like a whole dialogue, and he goes on. It's just so many he lists off.
You have to go through that see if there was like a Marvel or something.
I
in
know.
there.
I mean, it's on the internet. It's easily watchable. So it's just hilarious. It's just a hilarious scene.
'Cause they mentioned Superman in something. What was that in?
There's Superman he talks about, and he like I said he
No, I mean
tells-
Superman in. Oh, that wasn't it.
Mm.
I thought it was like a Marvel show or
And
something.
he
that
says,
talked about
and he
Superman.
says, oh yeah, it was in the Eternals
Oh yeah,
where they mentioned
Is that- so-
Superman.
Superman. Like he wouldn't just say that because
So it's kind of
the
funny.
only time Superman's reference is Superman. Like,
Yeah, he's very iconic. So I don't know. There's so much we could talk about, but we're getting way over topic. We've gotten way over topic. We've got segued.
I gotta say, even Superman's in Fast and Furious. Yeah. So is that set in like DC though?
I don't
like,
know.
is it- Oh. We gotta get
We've
Batman
got
Dom
massively
teaming
segued on this episode. Honestly,
up.
we're nearly at 2 hours.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
That's
but
still
we
just a little bit more than usual.
No, it's alright. I know I said we were trying to keep these defined and the fuck. It's gonna slip. We're starting to slip. We're slipping back to old
Hey,
habits.
people might like it. Who knows? They'll be like, oh, and then they stop.
Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up. I need to go to the toilet. I literally need to go to the toilet.
You know what he's doing now.
Oh, I need to hurry up because I'm about to shit my pants.
Okay. I can't even outro right now.
I can feel it turtlenecking.
Oh,
It's not, but
okay.
it's not. But
On that note, Dale's gonna make his way out. As always, thank you, Beardy, for joining us on this episode 8. 6 episodes to 100, bro.
Yeah.
We've been Dale and Jim. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Oh no! I pulled my pants.
You
Bye
coward.
bye.
What a